Hello, and we are back for episode 28, if you can believe it, of Animus Absentis. I'm really excited for this one because the party is split, and there's a super dangerous, Mars sandstorm going on overhead, and they're in a tunnel, and they're totally, absolutely not walking into a cartel trap. Of course not. It's going to be great. So before we jump into all that, I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves and say hello, tell a little bit about their character, and then we'll jump in. So starting top left, Jay, tell us a little bit about Sparky and yourself.
Hey everyone, I'm Jay, or Alien Jays. I'm a writer and kind of game developer and role player at the moment, and I'm going to plug this more at the end, but I'm currently doing some play testing for a system in February. So if you're interested, stick around to the end. I'm playing Sparky, who is kind of like the dog of the party. I guess, the chihuahua of the party is probably the best description we've had over the seasons. And they're currently really upset isn't the right word, but perturbed because they don't know what's going on at the facility they're going to investigate, but they know it involves them and their past that they don't remember, and also the cartel that they used to work for. So oops, all assassins.
Oh, that's a great way to put it. All right, next we'll hop down to Vanessa. Tell us a little bit about Annie and yourself.
Hi, I'm Vanessa. I am 1/3 of the typical Canadian crew, but now today one half. Jay and I are manning this ship for now. I am primarily a traditional artist. I do watercolor and pencil sketch, as well as a little bit of digital stuff as well. And I play Annie, and she's kind of gotten the title Space Anonymous over the past few seasons. Before the wipe, she was essentially dealing in information brokering, where she would steal information from large corporations and sell it off to smaller ones for a profit, and let them do kind of what they did with whatever information she gave them. But now, post-wipe, without her memories, she's just trying to function. She's trying to help keep this little group of theirs together, along with finally finding her little brother again. So he's along for the ride as well now. And yeah, she's doing her best. That's all we can ask of her, I think. But yeah, that's Annie.
Awesome. Next we would normally have Alex. Hopefully they'll be joining us later. They play Seattle, who is the ship's engineer, and is usually, I'd say, like one half of the trouble causing, getting into trouble part of the crew. Yeah, Sparky's the other half. But no, Seattle is a fantastic character. Alex is a fantastic person and role player. Definitely check them out at their Twitter, which is right over... Which direction am I pointing? Right over there. There. And then next we'll hop over to Lisa. Tell us a little bit about the captain and yourself.
Hi, I play Captain, and Captain is basically a Black Ops murder droid, but she does not look or behave as such. She is mom to the crew, whether she likes it or not, and she's trying to figure out things about herself too. Like, are there more of her? Was she created uniquely or not? And yeah, this should be interesting. And she is really trying her best to understand humans, and it's taking a lot of weird turns.
That's for sure. All right, and that just leaves me. I'm Raven. I'm the creative director for the Raven Evermore, which is my brand for everything that I do, from tabletop game design, GMing, streaming, art, voice acting, a whole bunch of stuff. You can find out all about what I do at my link tree, which is right there in chat. And then also want to give a shout out for sponsors, Grinding Coffee Company. If you go to grindingcoffee.co and use the code RAVEN, you can get 10% off your order. And it's really good coffee. They roast it right before they ship it out, so it's about as fresh as you can get without roasting it yourself. And then Fundamental RPG, which this game runs on, and Intrepid. Intrepid is my brand for IRL adventuring gear. Like outdoors clothes, athletic gear, accessories, things like that with a strong tabletop theme to them. Really cool stuff. You can find all that at coffee.com/raven/shop. And then Fundamental RPG, this is the second edition that we're running on in this game. It's currently available for pre-order at that same web address that I mentioned. And for a PDF version or paperback, or you can do a combo. Any prices that are for the paperback version include shipping, but the pre-order is at a discount, so be sure to pick that up before the end of February. After that, the price will go up a little bit as it's no longer on pre-order. So that is everything to get out of the way. I also play everybody else in the universe here, particularly Daisy, who is part of the crew and is Seattle's daughter, as was found out over the course of seasons 1 and I think part of season 2. She's sort of a young hacker type character. Currently, she and Seattle are both in the sort of SUV land speeder that the crew rented outside of the farmhouse where we left off last week. Sparky, Captain, and Annie went into the house, found a warm meal on the kitchen table. Clearly everybody had left in a hurry. Found a couple of creepy things that ended up not actually being anything significant, but then discovered a sort of secret panel in the master bedroom that had been opened and obviously quickly shut, so it wasn't quite hidden. The three of them went through that, found this long tunnel, which Sparky looked to the wall of for reasons, and now they're following it, trying to find out where it goes. At the very end of the last episode, the camera panned away from the crew, sort of a little bit ahead in the story for just the audience, and we found the family that obviously owns that house, coming to the end of the tunnel and meeting up with someone in the shadows with a familiar voice, which we don't know who that is exactly yet. The conversation was basically that they're working on clearing out the facility, and they needed to get the family out because it looks like the crew is onto them. So that's where we find ourselves. Sparky, Captain, and Annie, you are making your way down this tunnel.
Making our way downtown, walking fast, faces past, and we're homebound.
I know. The song popped into my head, and I wasn't gonna say it.
Because she
That's fine.
would.
I will say it for you.
And
now all I can think about is Jacksepticeye doing that and ending it with "Go fuck yourself."
Yep.
I always think of Terry Crews.
This is how collected we are tonight.
Yep.
Y'all ready for some emotional heartbreak? Nope.
Vanessa Carlton, let's go.
Also, there is a delightful little fiasco in the Zoom chat for you, Raven.
Yeah,
once you're ready for that.
It hasn't been giving me notifications that things were happening in Zoom chat. I haven't seen any of this. Oh my goodness, there's so much.
I was trying not to lose it.
Jay and I are
to
starting
catch up
a
on the
band.
break then.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Tune in later for our band, The Sand Fiasco.
Anyways, getting back to this ADHD fueled episode, you're heading down the hallway, and I think at this point you're finally starting to hear some voices. You can't make out anything that they're saying. Just you can try. You can certainly roll for that, but just at a default, can't quite make it out just yet. But you do hear voices ahead, and you can tell it's way down the tunnel. Go ahead.
I don't know what that voice was about.
Is this
I
tunnel
would
lit?
like to
Did
hear
we establish that this tunnel is lit?
Yes, it has.
Okay,
the,
so
like,
Captain
hanging
isn't glowing.
utility lights.
Hell yeah, it's getting
Does
lit.
Captain glow?
Captain's eyes light up. remember?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
eyes. Okay, I thought you meant like there was like external lights.
No,
or
she's not phosphorescent.
Okay, yeah, I was like, wow.
Her eyes
Cap
light
is
up.
full of surprises.
Last,
I guess
She's
last
a
space station.
nightlight.
Last
She's
space
one of those
station
tapping ones.
just installed some LED strips. You know?
Okay.
Yeah. Just do some like underlighting, for when
Yeah.
you're rolling around town. Yeah, okay. So if I can roll a healing check.
Yes, please do.
Thank you. That's a 20, non-natural.
20. It's still too hard to make out what the words are. You definitely can make out like 3 distinct voices.
Okay.
So you can tell there are at least 3 people talking, but can't quite make out what words they're saying.
Okay. Can I tell like maybe how old the speakers are or what?
Yeah, all 3 of them are adult. 2 have masculine tones to the voice. 1 has a feminine tone to the voice.
Okay. And you can't really like recognize any words from it, right?
No, not with the 20.
Okay. Sparky will kind of signal to the others in the group, probably with sign language, just like a hold up. I hear voices. That's it.
Okay. What's the reaction from the other 2?
Captain will sign back. Should we proceed?
Maybe quietly. Also,
Maybe
apologies
just
to
nods.
anyone who does use sign language because we're butchering it. Sorry, go ahead, Vanessa.
No, I just said Annie would nod in agreement.
Yeah. So Sparky's gonna kind of like half crouch and start trying to be quiet as they go down.
Okay. Let's get a blend in roll from everybody then as you try to quietly move down this hallway to get a little bit closer to where these voices are coming from.
Can I throw my assassin training at that?
Yes, you can.
Excellent.
Blend in, you said?
Yes.
I feel like by the time we get to like maybe season 8 or 9, all of us will actually know how to sign.
Yeah, maybe. It would require us to actually do the work. I realize I actually have training in stealth, so I'm going to use that instead. It's less, but it makes more sense.
I got
Okay.
a 21. Really, Jay?
Yep, that's a 15.
Honey.
That's a 15, though.
Raven, am I allowed to ask what the DC
No, mine's a
of this
15.
is?
Yours is a 10, Jay.
Yeah, but I have a 5. I have a plus 5.
Oh, duh. Huh. I
You're
can
all
read.
good.
Sorry, what was that, Vanessa?
Am I allowed to ask what like the DC on this is? Like, what should we be aiming for? Because I can reroll if I need to.
Oh, yeah.
Because I have a presence reroll.
I tell you what, tell me what you got. I'll tell you if it's high enough, and if it's not, then you can reroll.
That's a good way.
So I rolled a 10. My modifier is 11. It's a 21.
A 21, you're okay.
Okay.
Well, that's not good. That doesn't bode well at all.
So that's a 15, a 15, and a 21. Was that right?
No, it wasn't a 20. I misread it.
Well, I meant
What was
Vanessa
yours,
got a 21.
Oh, then yes, 15, 15, 21.
Yo.
Okay.
Okay, so we're both up.
So for Sparky and the captain, would you like
Oh my
to
God.
use anything? Just as a reminder, you do have 7d6 and 3 crits right now.
Just take them.
Lisa, do you want to each use a d6?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we'll both use one.
Okay.
It's a pretty low chance, but you know what? I am a gambler, if not.
Are you,
else. Yep, I sure am.
All right, so that's a success from Sparky
Hey!
and a success from Captain.
Listen, I play
Yay!
XCOM. I'm
Thank
all
the
about
Lord.
gambling.
So yeah, you're staying pretty quiet, and you're able to sneak up, and you hear more distinctly. There's definitely 3 adults talking. You're able to deduce that it's the mother and father of the family from the house, just by the way they're talking, and you catch the tail end of a conversation about them talking about do we really have to leave right now? We were in the middle of food. The kids don't know what's going on. And then you hear a very familiar voice say, I was pretty sure they were dead. I don't know why they're here either, but yes, we need to clear out. We need to get to the facility and start moving things out of there.
Question.
Yes.
Familiar to all of us?
Familiar to all of you, yes.
Is there anything we can roll to see if our memory is jogged?
Absolutely. You can roll education to see if you are able to retain or recall, rather, the information.
That's a dirty 20.
29?
18. I guess Captain's glitching.
It's still good enough for all of you.
Just her stealth subroutine were too much.
You all know that somebody some people call this person the Space Cowboy.
Jesus Christ,
Raven!
Raven! They're literally the only time where none of us has gone, oh, it's Rip! And then it actually turns like...
No. This is the worst bit. Last session, I was literally like, it better not be fucking Rip.
That song's gonna be stuck in my head.
Do we all just suddenly look at each other with recognition in our eyes? Like, what the hell?
I apologize for getting the song stuck in your head. I don't apologize.
No, you don't, Raven. Do not lie.
No, I'm not even fussed about the fucking song. I'm fussed that it's fucking Rip down the hall.
I say we all fucking rush him.
That said, as much as Sparky is on board with that, he just said he thought we were dead.
That is a very good... But now he knows we're not.
Yeah. What if we all just run down the hall screaming? He can't shoot all of us at the same time, right?
He can't shoot all of us.
Except I think...
And you got a fucking death wish? What's going on?
Suddenly this has turned into a prison breakout.
I will say, if you had Seattle here too, you'd have a decent chance of taking Rip.
I was just gonna say.
But
it's actually a good thing we don't have Seattle, because Seattle would be the first one to start.
Right? Seattle would be like, oh, we doing this.
With the three of you, it's still possible, but it might be a little bit tough. Just remember, the last time you tried to engage Rip directly, you were level 4, and he was level 20. So
but
you're better now.
What, level 13?
We're 12.
Just say it's closer.
Has he leveled up?
Maybe.
It's entirely possible.
You don't know. Ecuador he can't shoot all of us. Tactics should come more towards the end of the episode, just saying.
Sparky's
No, Econorlax, I'm ready to get it over with. Let's just kill the fucker.
I'm honestly so on board. I don't know that Sparky is the only issue.
Currently Annie looks like she's very conflicted because she's suddenly having these very violent flashbacks of almost dying. So she's
getting shot in the gut will do that to you.
Yeah, she's not having a good time right now.
Sparky is likewise not having a good time. Their face is pale. They are sweating profusely, and their hand is kind of itching around on their pant leg to find where, or I guess it's the, I guess they're wearing that transparent kind of skirt, so I guess it'd be underneath. Okay. But for the holdout pistol they have, and they're desperately trying to stop themselves from grabbing it while desperately trying to grab it.
Do it. Okay. It's the Kermit meme.
Do it.
You definitely are able to tell that this conversation is wrapping up and everybody's getting ready to leave. So you do know if you're going to do something right now, that now's the time to do it. Or
Raven, you know we talk a big game, but we're all a bunch of idiots. We're not going to do it.
I fucking excuse you. I'm full idiot. Sparky's going to make eye contact with Annie and kind of just try to assess what's going through her mind, because they also remember Annie getting shot and they're not too keen to kind of reinvent that scene.
Yeah, it's very clear that Annie is also not looking to go through that again. So
Okay.
she kind of meets Sparky's eyes and gives just the smallest, almost imperceptible nod.
Okay.
Captain's just gonna quietly say, "My analytics state you're both experiencing trauma responses."
I guess it is therapy time.
It might just be.
It might be. Yeah, Sparky will like do another kind of really subtle nod to Captain, and then sign like, we shouldn't go after him without the rest of us.
Annie answers back. She says, "No, I think we should still follow. I just don't think we should engage. We can't let him slip away now."
Raven, you said comms weren't working down here, right?
Correct. Because of the storm.
Yeah, and it's obviously deep underground too. Okay. Shit. Fucking Seattle and Daisy are just gonna be having like pop and daughter time.
Yep.
And, we're
Eating
gonna be
soup.
stuck up here fighting. Oh, you forgot the
Hungover eating soup.
Yeah. That's
God,
right. Daisy's Daisy's still
crew.
hungover
Oh, feels like it was a month
from
ago.
the Jello shots at the beach party on the bridge of the ship.
I completely forgot the beach party that
How
I
did you
set
forget
up.
the beach party, Jay? It was your idea.
Listen,
It was
I
all a
feel like-
fever dream.
I feel like it was a month ago that we played. The writers were on strike. You know, they had to do a filler episode. Fuck.
While you're
Okay.
while you're all having your
Mm.
PTSD symptoms,
Existential
and,
crises.
understandably having to deal with that, I will say that you do hear them, all of the people moving away, and you hear a little girl saying, "Mommy, I left my." I'm trying to think of a
Skyrider.
good silly toy name. Skyrider?
You remember that?
No.
I left my anxiety at the discotheque back there.
Some
That
silly
took
sounding,
way too long to think of.
some silly sounding toy, like a similar
Bosco
to
the
but legally
clown.
legally distinct from Tickle Me Elmo type toy.
Fondle me, Mervin.
No,
Lisa, no!
no.
I was like, I couldn't think of anything on the fly, but that's so good.
Oh
Coming
my
new from
God.
Mattel, Fondle Me Marvin.
No. Anyways, and you hear the mother go, "Hush, I'll buy you a new one." So there's like that argument, that family argument going on, and the little kids crying and giving you plenty of noise to follow.
Annie doesn't wait for confirmation from anybody else. She tries to follow sneakily.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think Sparky will hesitate for a second and kind of look to Captain, see what she's thinking.
Ekinorlex says the focus groups had to be very unfocused.
Yes.
For that one, that's
Distracted, definitely.
If you are going to follow, I need a blend-in roll. I am going to roll against you, and because I actually wrote it down, like a good GM, I remember that I have disadvantage on my next roll from Michael from last week. Because I weirdly ended up not rolling at all last week.
that's friggin' Rip's roll, and he's
Yep.
gonna destroy us.
We're gonna.
Did you
re-roll
say we? Fuck you, Raven. I was just.
I believe.
The one time that I got a good pun in my head and you took it from me.
I'm so sorry.
I missed it. Hang on, I missed it. Vanessa, do it. I didn't hear it.
No.
Oh,
Oh,
It's
I'm so
too
sad
late.
now. I'm sad now.
I control Z'd it. I didn't say anything.
No, it's fine.
no retcons. Okay.
Rip roll.
I was like, I don't know if I should do anything on that one.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
I rolled a 5 and a 4.
Oh, okay. So then I
Okay.
don't have to re-roll my blend in.
Unless you
Say-
rolled a nat 1.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do we even have to roll at that point?
I got a 21.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
fine.
God. Raven, I
It is
hesitate-
26.
I hesitate to remind you that I have unlucky as a trait.
Jay! You stop!
I can't
it's
take
fine.
you anywhere.
No. I'm giving this to her so that she thinks, oh, I can save this for later, and then later I'll double cross or something. It'll be fine.
Is that how you think this works?
No,
I was already planning to save that for later.
I knew
by
you
the
were.
way.
I was hoping I could waste it on this one.
Nope. But you're fine.
So
You're able to
sneaky.
follow,
It's
no
like
problem.
reverse psychology, but
It's reverse psychology.
that just makes it psychology.
Only they
Jay.
know what's going. Wait.
So you make it down the tunnel, all sneaky like.
Mhm.
You come to the end of it, and you're basically in a underground warehouse. It's maybe like one floor underground. It's essentially a glorified basement.
Is the door inside? Sorry to interrupt. Is the door inside like a hidden door, or is it just like an access door?
It's just an access door.
Okay.
It's not hidden at all.
Are they growing space weed?
No.
Oh.
It's
Oh.
actually legalized everywhere in the galaxy at this point. Because,
So we found a corporate grow op, is what you're saying.
yeah, because despite, the rampant capitalism, people were just slightly more intelligent and have now legalized it everywhere.
That's nice of them.
It is.
Yeah. So, no, you don't find a space weed farm. You find a glorified large basement, which is clearly some sort of storage facility. And there are some things here that look like medical equipment and laboratory supplies and things like that are stored here. You see the family, 2 adults and I think it was 3 kids, leaving out of one door, and there's another door that goes a different direction, and you just see the bottom part of a duster and a cowboy booted foot as it goes through the door. So the family's going straight and the other person's going right.
I don't wanna. Just. I don't.
Well, should we follow the family and question them?
I think so.
Annie clearly doesn't look like she's going that train of thought.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Annie, you're an unguided missile. Don't do it.
Do you follow your arch nemesis, or do you follow the nice farmer family? That's
We don't know
now
that they're nice.
running
We can't
away?
confirm that.
That's fair.
Rural
Those children
folk
could
can
be
rude.
a-holes.
Yeah.
They
Farm,
usually
farm
are.
folk are not nice to the people they don't know sometimes.
You know what the best part about this is?
What's
Annie
that?
took knives. Annie has knives. She doesn't have any guns. She has knives.
You couldn't kill him with a crossbow last time.
Yeah, well, last time I was only level 4. So I think at level 12
I've
with
come a long way
knives.
from crippling gut wound. Okay.
My power level, it's now over 9!
I'll tell you what. If Annie looks like she is going after Rip, Sparky is going to follow her.
Okay. You're able to make it to that door. What's Captain doing?
Yeah. Watching her 2 children commit suicide, it seems. Oops.
Captain is going to now. Do Captain's internal comms work at all? Like, if I were to try to just contact them?
Yeah, all of your comms are working short range, like within
Okay.
this tunnel system. Just you
Mhm.
can't just reach. Words are hard. You just can't reach outside of the tunnels because of the electrical interference that's happening
Right.
above.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. She's going to use the comms to just say, "Are you certain this is what you wish to do?"
I feel like this is the save point in a game where it's like, would you like to save before you do something dumb?
Before you do this stupid bullshit.
Just prompts
It's,
you to save
Yeah.
with no.
Like, I know you're
wouldn't-
playing the good one, and I know you're trying to do renegade stuff on the side. This is a good point to save.
Yeah, like
The
I'm
little
trying to
wheel
avoid
in
a
the
game over
corner.
screen,
Yeah,
so
It's just the one character like standing there and they're just basically breathing and that's it. And it's got like,
Mhm.
square choice over here, X choice over here.
Yeah, I
And the
feel
character's
we're,
just like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
This is a QTE, and we need to make the decision very quickly.
God, I hate quick time events.
me
Same.
too.
Sparky would say back, just really quietly. I don't want to face Rip, but I don't want Annie to face him alone.
Annie looks like she's going that direction, but she's not like taken off or anything.
Okay.
So if you like tell her to come back, she might come back.
Annie, can we talk about this?
Annie, are you okay?
God,
Are you okay?
We haven't done that for like the whole time. It's never been done.
Lisa, I've made the sand joke at least
True.
5 times in the past.
but
Also-
that's too many songs for one episode. So
I guess
far.
that's true. I guess that's true.
Like-
We did like 10 of them, yeah.
Too many songs.
Annie
no,
does
capturing-
indeed slow down and wait for you guys.
Okay.
Okay. All I'm picturing in my head is like Steve Irwin's stalking the alligator, the cameraman's right behind him, and then you've got the producer, the captain, going, "No!"
What do you have? A knife? No.
no.
Annie
Yeah.
is running with a knife right now.
Who are you gonna go see? Rip! No!
Okay, so Annie
yes.
slows down.
Captain catches up and just says, "Look, this is a very difficult decision. Last time we did this, you nearly died. We cannot re-upload you."
Annie kind of barks out a little laugh that is clearly like not at all filled with just any humor. And she's like, yeah, didn't really need a refresher on that one. Didn't forget. Thanks though.
Then,
Sparky's... Go ahead.
well, then if you do not need a refresher, why are you so anxious to repeat the event?
I'm not. I just think that if we lose him now, this could be the last time we see him for, if not a while, then at all.
Would that be such a bad thing? I thought we were trying to avoid that life.
I know, but I would rather do something about it than live my life knowing that he could pop up again at any moment. Wouldn't you?
I suppose, but he seems to be more interested in saving these people from us. Should we not be wondering why? He already knows we are alive and did not actively come and kill us.
Maybe he just didn't have an opening.
This is Rip we're talking about, though. He was on our ship for like 2 whole days. The guy can make openings.
So then what's your suggestion? What do you think we should do here?
I need to find out what they're doing in this facility. And if he happens to get in the way, sure, I'm happy to get rid of him. But listen, there's 3 of us. There's 1 of him. Even after everything we've been through, I don't think we'll all make it out of that. Not if he blindsides us, not if we follow him. You know, if we set up something for him to stumble into, get him on his back foot, I think we might be okay. But with just the 3 of us,
He knows we're alive. He doesn't know that we're following him.
and what happens when he finds it's Rip we're talking about. I can't believe the guy doesn't have eyes in the back of his head or some weird gadget that lets him get full 360 vision. I don't know what the guy's capable of, Annie, and I don't want to be on the back foot again with him because I don't think we'll get out of it that time.
I think we let him go. Should he confront us, we take care of it then. But we came to figure out what Sparky needs to know on this farm, not to kill Rip.
Annie turns away from the two of you and takes a step back towards the door where Rip disappeared. And she kind of just stands there and looks at the door. And she doesn't move. She doesn't go towards the door any further than that. It's just one step forward. And she just stands there and stares at it. And it's a good 10, 15 seconds that she's standing there. But in her mind, she's just saying to herself over and over, like, you came here for Sparky. You did the research for Sparky. This is not your circus to run. This is for Sparky. And some of the tension kind of goes out of her shoulders. She just like, and then she rejoins the group. She doesn't say anything, but she rejoins the group.
Sparky would kind of tentatively put out a hand onto Annie's forearm and just kind of look her in the eyes. If it comes to it and you want to go after him, I have your back. But we can't go off half-cocked.
She just gives one definitive nod, and that's it.
God, we're a loose trigger crew.
I feel like that was we were like at a crossroads, and one sign was pointing one direction and it says staying on mission, and the other was like free bird seed going the other direction.
It was less free bird seed and more peril? Question mark.
Also, hey Alex, welcome.
I just want to say, Vanessa, I also want to go after him. Sparky's just not that brave.
Yeah, see, Annie wants to go after him. I sure as fuck don't.
What the fuck happened? Well, I've been stuck in a vehicle with my daughter eating soup that's not mine.
Don't worry about it, it's fine.
Let me explain. No, there's too much. Let me sum up. So, crew went down hallway. Crew heard voices. Crew decided to be sneaky and listen in. Heard Rip's voice. And had a PTSD episode, understandably. The family went one way, Rip went the other way, and then they had a debate.
You sure it's Rip, or did you just hear his voice?
There was a duster and cowboy boots.
That's true. You had, technically speaking, you haven't seen Rip, but you heard his voice, and the signature duster and cowboy boots was spotted.
Even if it's some crazy SOB that even remotely sounds like Rip and is also wearing a duster and cowboy boots in the middle of fucking Mars.
What is he doing with the family?
They got evac'd from the farm.
Yeah. This the figure that we think is Rip, told them to basically get out because you all are here.
Yeah.
And basically poking your noses into things, and so basically they're trying to get rid of things.
Yeah.
We're such a problem for the cartel.
Oh, like we're like a bunch of rats. Like we just keep popping up.
Mm-hmm.
Like those are supposed to be dead. He didn't kill the queen. Oh.
So all that's going on. However, because the sandstorm is overhead, comms are not working above ground because of the electrical interference. So Seattle is in the SUV land speeder, and with Daisy, you've got your soup and whatnot. The sandstorm has like moved back over you, so you can just barely make out the door to the house from the window, and that's about the extent of your visibility. And there's like electrical discharges happening all around you. But you're safe inside the vehicle. Is there anything that Seattle wants to do right now, or is he just going to chill with Daisy? who's still very
Seattle's
hungover.
gonna look. Yeah, Seattle's gonna look over to Daisy, just like, are your comms out too?
Yep, because of the storm.
How long should we let them be in there alone?
I mean, it's Sparky.
I mean, I did tell you about the tunnel under the house, right?
Yeah, you told me about that. I mean, it's Sparky, so I would say as little time as possible. But Captain's there, so they're probably okay. Like, don't get me wrong, Sparky's great, but they do tend to get into trouble a lot. I see you, Jay.
You can see Seattle just like starting to get that little bit of a twitch sort of thing, and it's just like, and Seattle starting to like bundle up, grab tools.
Not that bad.
Hasn't said anything to Daisy yet, but it looks like Seattle's getting ready to go out into the storm.
Daisy's like, so, if you go out in that's like bad, right? Like rip your skin off bad.
Seattle's like, I'm pretty sure I can get the car to move enough so it's right up against the doorway to the house.
Okay. That would work probably. Just don't go outside in this. So
Does
But
Seattle know how to get to the tunnel, though?
He was told where the tunnel was.
Small
Upstairs.
house. Yeah,
yeah.
And did you guys leave it open?
we did. Yeah.
So I think you did, yeah. So Seattle, you're hopping into the driver's seat then?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do a mechanical or an engineering mechanics roll to drive.
He's
Keeping in mind
doing
that
this
you
by being
have
very, very slow,
very
and
old.
he's basically just gonna get it. He's also going to rely on the bumpers heavily for where things are.
Okay.
Because that's what bumpers are for. You said mechanical engineering?
Yep. Engineering mechanical 33.
33.
So with a 33, it's not pretty. You knock over their mailbox, and like sort of knock over like the decorative pillars on the front porch. And like you bump into things a lot, but you manage to get like sidled up right next to the front door.
All right. Seattle looks at Daisy. I'm not going to make you come, but I would appreciate your help.
Daisy's like, well, I mean, are you sure this is what you want to do? Because, like I said, Captain's with them and Annie's with them. Like, the three of them are usually pretty responsible together. At least with Captain.
Meanwhile, Annie's off the rails.
Yep.
Do you remember what happened at the last heist? Is what Seattle's now saying. Do you remember what happened at the last heist?
Yeah, went off without a hitch. What are you talking about?
Daisy just
That
sort of
was
gives a little
that
bit,
was
like,
the
oh,
three
yeah.
of them. That was the
Oh,
three
yeah.
of them. I would really appreciate your help, Daisy.
All right, just getting out of the car is gonna hurt. Like, even though we're right next to the door, this is just okay.
Seattle even like uses himself to like shield Daisy from the worst of it.
Okay. Daisy grabs like a tarp out of the back and like just burritos herself in it. And yeah, you're able to open the door and run inside. What is Seattle wearing again?
Seattle was wearing like the sort of like jeans, denish pants, and like the layers of like silk on the top
Okay.
for catching particles and stuff. It's probably shredded as fuck.
Yeah. You got lucky too. I rolled a d6 for damage and it landed on 1. So yeah, the silk stuff is just absolutely destroyed. The jeans are very distressed now. They're still wearable, but
Oh
like,
no, he looks like something off of the cover of a romance magazine now.
you're not wrong. But take 1 damage.
This is what's coming to save them.
Deep in the
You've got-
silicate sands of Mars, Seattle chases his love across the dunes.
Oh my god.
You're
that's
my
amazing.
family, and I know how stupid all of us can be.
Daisy gets away with 3 damage, and the
Ooh.
tarp is pretty much ripped to shreds. And oh, so that puts her at that. Okay. But you managed to get inside with just, a few cuts here and there. Very shallow, like scrapes and cuts. You're inside. Inside the house is quiet, aside from, the raging storm outside.
Seattle gestures to the stairs and is like, they said they said the entrance was upstairs.
All right, let's go. So Daisy follows you up there. You're able to find the tunnel and get down there, no problem. Once you make it to the bottom of the ladder to get into the tunnel, your comms start working again. And roughly
Sorry, I
this is
didn't
about
catch
the
that last
time-
bit.
Once you get to the tunnel itself, the comms start working again, and I think time-wise, that's right about the time that the 3 others have decided to go after the family instead. So that's when comms are reestablished.
Do we hear that the comms are reestablished, or is it just like
It
You kinda
depends
get,
on
Or
if,
like, would Captain know that
Yeah.
suddenly?
it just depends on if Seattle and Daisy actually like radio you.
Seattle's not thinking to currently because last he heard the comms weren't working.
Okay.
And doesn't exactly want screeching in his ears to turn it back on again.
I think Daisy will try, because Daisy's like, all right, well, we're underground. This should be shielded. She'll just turn on the comms and be like, so we're inside the tunnel now, because Dad really was figuring you all were in trouble. Is there? Are you all okay?
We're fine. We're simply grouped together in the warehouse area at the end of the tunnel. We will wait for you.
Annie sends a message and she's like, in trouble. I'm offended.
Seattle sends back to that reply specifically to Annie. Is like, I remember the trouble a lot. What the 3 of you got into last time.
Sparky just says Seattle Rip is here.
And me with only my knife.
No, we don't. Annie has knives. No, we don't. No.
We will not be pursuing Rip at this time.
Yeah, what Captain said.
Okay. I'm still gonna stab him though for shooting Annie.
Yeah, like when we're ready, not now though. God.
So I assume you all wait for Seattle and Daisy to catch up, like you were saying.
Yeah.
You're able to do that. You're all in this warehouse basement thing. What do you want to do from here?
So what's the layout here? Is it just 2 doors? Is there a set of stairs, like an elevator?
Yeah, there's the 2 doors, which are normal, like, house-sized doors. And then at the very back of the, I guess not at the back, it would be more like straight ahead from you, like the door where the family went up, probably like 12 feet to the left of that as you're facing that door. There's what looks like a freight elevator.
Okay. I guess probably should have asked this before, but does it seem like the power's on down here?
There's no lights on in here at the moment.
Okay.
It's just dimly lit from the lights coming from the tunnel. But there's no indication that, like, the power is out, just that the lights aren't on.
Concern.
Seattle's gonna see if he can find Daisy and Annie something to jailbreak.
Sparky's gonna go and inspect the freight
Okay.
elevator.
Let me get a sight roll from Seattle, and then Sparky, you go to the freight elevator, and you can see it's a standard freight elevator. The doors are currently closed, but there is a little panel right next to it that says up. It's only got the one button because you're all on the bottom floor.
Yeah.
With a 14,
I only got a 14.
You just see what everybody else sees, that the room's got a bunch of, like, lab equipment and medical supplies and things like that stored here.
Annie addresses everybody and she says, "Don't you think it's probably a better idea if we, go talk to the people that Rip was just with? We could probably get some information out of them. But if we stay here too long, we're going to lose them."
I agree. We could simply split if you wish.
See,
If there's something here you wish to examine, Sparky.
I mean, I'm not saying we should, but listen, I don't want to interrogate kids.
I have no issue.
Oh. Okay.
last time we ended
Yeah,
up splitting our group, half of us ran into Rip without the other half. So I don't.
And he's got.
If he comes back, what are you going to do? We've already made this decision, apparently, that we are not going to engage. So what if he comes back?
I mean, push comes to shove, but I don't.
I can make a bomb.
No, You can't just make a bomb to solve all our problems, Seattle. And by that, I don't mean that you can't make a bomb. I mean that, metaphysically, you shouldn't.
I'm pretty sure strapping a bomb to Rip would solve a lot of our problems.
I tried that already, Seattle. I tried it.
That was before I got good at baking bombs.
Annie wheels around and looks at Seattle and goes,
Daisy is just still with
much as I
the
wanna
big
blow him up.
aviators on. Is just pinching the bridge of her nose right now.
In the middle
Sorry,
of
go
a
ahead.
dark warehouse.
Yep.
Yeah, as much as I want to just remove that man from my life, we're not prepared, and we shouldn't go in guns blazing. We already had this chat. I'm with Annie. We shouldn't split up, but I don't know how much info we're gonna get out of a family from a dirt farm in the middle of nowhere. Maybe they're just under the employ of the cartel. Maybe they grow drugs. I don't know.
We won't know unless we ask them.
on this occasion, I'm with Seattle. Maybe they don't know anything, but they could have something that they don't think is helpful and it ends up being helpful.
Okay. Sparky's gonna look around for something to cover their face, just like a rag or anything, any kind of fabric.
If They're obviously
Good.
looking. Seattle's gonna like pass over like half of the shredded silk scarf that he was wearing around his head.
Perfect.
Just offers.
Okay, yeah, that works. Yeah, Sparky just kind of ties up and like covers their face because
Okay.
while on the one hand they think that maybe Rip said we thought they were dead as in the whole group, on the other hand Sparky's worried that Rip just meant Sparky was supposed to be dead. So they're not taking any chances in this.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to put that over your face. Is anybody doing anything else before you go looking for the family?
Nope.
All right. And then do you go up the elevator or through the door?
Through the door, I think, after the family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Immediately on the other side of that door, after just like a short little bit of hallway, there are stairs that go up. And at the end of the stairs, which sort of do like a, they go forward a little bit, then there's a landing, they go right, and then, back up again. So it's kind of like going directly up instead of forward and up. And there's another door on the other side of that, and it looks like an office door, like one of those metal doors with the big bar on the front of it that you push and it unlatches it. There's no window on the door.
Does there seem to be any indication that it's alarmed?
No. There's not like a
Power's off too, so
yeah. There's no like sign on it that says opening this door will we'll trigger an alarm or anything like that,
we'll
and you don't see
completely
any.
fuck you over.
Yeah, you don't see any wires coming off of it or anything like that. If it is
Seattle pushes the call button for the elevator.
okay. The door is open. The elevator is already on the bottom floor, and it's an empty freight elevator.
Gestures into the elevator.
Yes, yeah. If they're
Okay.
both going up, it is going to be really loud, though.
Okay. Are you all getting in the elevator then?
Sure, why not?
I might have misunderstood. Are we not at the top of the stairwell?
You are, but Seattle's at the bottom and has opened the elevator and has signaled for everyone that they can get in.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think that would probably be the first worry on Annie's mind as well. And she's just like, they're gonna hear that coming.
Well,
They went this way.
True, they did not take the elevator.
yeah, we don't know exactly where that leads. I think it's a good egress plan. Yeah, otherwise
Seattle
Sparky's
just
gonna stay
flashes a thumbs up and is basically looking to follow somebody.
Okay. So are you taking the elevator or the stairs? Which route you going?
Stairs.
Okay.
Stairs.
Do you open the door at the top of the stairs?
I would
Yes.
just kinda
Captain will
spread
open
a
it.
little bit.
Okay. Describe for us like how Captain opens it, what you're doing with the door and looking around and whatnot.
Is it a like a push door or is it like a knob
Yeah,
pulley?
it's a push door, so it's a metal office door with the big bar in the middle that you push in and it unlatches it.
Okay. So she's first going to push on the latch
Okay.
and engage the latch and wait.
It's a well-oiled door, so the latch there's a soft little click that you can tell. It's no longer latched, but it's not loud, it's not squeaky.
But nothing
no noise.
happened?
Nothing happens. There's no noise on the other side of
Our
it.
whole party waylaid by a fucking push door.
Right.
Okay,
I love
then
it.
she's going to just push forward with her arm, not really fully stepping inside, but, kind of opening it, kind of holding it the way you hold it to let other people in.
Yeah.
And
Would you say you're
looking.
like throwing it open, or just like slowly pushing it open?
Somewhere in between.
Okay. There's a little bit of a squeak as you open the door, and
Why are you rolling?
Yeah, like
Why
I
are
don't
you
like all this
rolling, Raven?
description of a door.
Raven, why are you rolling?
oh no, I got a nat 20.
Oh no!
God damn it,
no.
Raven, why?
So as that little squeak happens, you can see through the door. You're looking into sort of like a wow, words are hard. Shed slash stable barn. That's the word I was looking for.
Okay.
God, I don't know why I couldn't find that. You're looking inside like a barn that has a bunch of farming equipment and stuff in it. So there's like a tractor. There are like barrels full of seeds and fertilizer and things like that. And you can see that family is sort of huddled behind the tractor, presumably waiting for the storm to end. And excuse me, that squeak gets the attention of the mother, who is now staring at you, just white as a sheet, terrified, slapping her husband's arm repeatedly.
And
Annie immediately puts her hands up to show that she is not armed, at least not readily.
Captain puts her hands up
yes,
too and
Sparky,
says,
suit.
"We're not here to hurt anyone."
The husband seems to have been made aware now after getting a sore arm, and does spin around holding a shotgun, which he does point at you all.
Get out of my swamp.
Sir,
We're
this is a
sorry.
zoning facility?
It just says, "Wait, who are you? I didn't hear anything about anybody else coming to escort us out of here. What are you doing coming from that door?"
Annie immediately softens her voice, still with her hands raised to show that there's nothing in them. And she just says, "If you lower your shotgun, we'll explain everything. Like she said, we're not here to hurt anybody. We just want to ask you some questions, that's all."
He cocks the shotgun and says, "Well, you can answer questions and you can explain things just fine from over there, and I'm just going to keep holding on to the shotgun until I get a good answer."
You know what's
That's
fair?
fine. That's fine.
We're gonna stay exactly where we are, and we're gonna talk across the distance. But I think it might be a little more comfortable if, by all means, keep a hold of your shotgun. But if you would just maybe lower the barrel a little, so we not feel like we're constantly in danger of getting shot while we're speaking, that would be fantastic.
He just shakes his head and says, "Got 10 seconds to start explaining." And there's the little girl starts crying behind some hay bales behind the adults.
Annie
Oh, Seattle gets this look of anguish, that whole "oh no, we scared little kid"
Question. Can Sparky put on the airs of someone in the cartel? Kind of pretending, looking at what Rip has done and everyone else that they've met in the cartel so far. Can Sparky affect that kind of air as they start talking?
Absolutely, you can most certainly attempt that.
Okay.
It's gonna be I think charm would be the correct one in this case.
Okay. Sparky.
You can use your assassin training as well for this.
Cool. Sparky doesn't move forward, but they kind of feet together a little more, and hands go down to kind of stomach level instead of up higher.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, we're not part of the evacuation team, but we are here to secure some other supplies, and we just need to know where our other operatives are. If you can help us, we can forget all about this little shotgun incident, but if you don't, it may get noted down.
Okay.
You said that was charm?
Yep. Charm
Okay.
or daunt, since you are going for
it's gonna be
intimidating
charm.
here.
No, it's gonna be
Okay.
charm.
Okay.
It's gonna be more like favoring their side of like work with us, because you clearly already do. Giving more
gotcha.
carrot, but holding a stick.
Gotcha.
Okay, so 31 plus 6, that's a 37.
Yeah, they absolutely believe you. And yeah, he lowers the shotgun, puts the safety back on, and the wife goes to see to the kids. And he just sort of looks at you and goes, "Well, why didn't you start with that? Who are you looking for?"
Did we ever get a it was Rip Rose, right? That was his full name?
Yes.
Okay. Sparky's gonna drop that name, and they're also gonna drop you know what? I actually have this in a notepad document. One sec. Because I keep extensive notes on all the assholes we've met. It's the name of the guy that Sparky had chopped their toe off and pretend they were dead. Because Sparky assumes these people don't know that guy. He was on some space station way the hell away.
Oh, are you talking about Blister?
Yes. Well, the guy that helped me fake Blister's death. I'm talking about Antonio Gonzalez.
Oh yeah! Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten
I
about
write
that guy.
names. So yeah, Sparky would drop Antonio Gonzalez, Rip Rose, and just like some other made-up name.
Yeah, the guy's like, well, I don't know about those other two, but Rip is at the it says it like all conspiratorial, like the facility. He took the tunnel over there to go start clearing things out. We're supposed to wait till the storm clears and then get ourselves out of here.
That's good.
I mean, we already set up the we set up the quote unquote accident downstairs already for when we leave, like Rip told us.
Yeah, that's good. That's all according to plan so far. Now, did he tell you anything about what he was doing at the facility?
Just said that they was working on getting everything out of there, so there's nothing to find. I don't know what that means. Like, I don't know what you all store over there. But
that's for the best. We're trying to keep things non-specific for those not involved directly.
That's we just let you all store stuff in the basement. Like that's really our only involvement with all this. So we'll just let you do your thing, and as soon as the storm clears, we'll head out, and y'all let us know when we can come back, right?
Of course, yeah. You'll receive a note from someone, to be sure.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So Sparky kind of looks back at the rest of the crew, and as soon as their eyes aren't visible, like their face is kind of not visible to the crew, they're like, just a sec. The look of panic comes onto Sparky's face for a brief moment, and they're like, and they turn back like, thank you for your cooperation. Have a good day.
Yeah, we're always happy to help out you folks. Don't want any trouble.
That's good.
I mean, we
Lovely
got
family
kids. He points back like, so definitely don't want any trouble there.
Mm-hmm. You have a lovely family, sir. Good day.
And that makes him more nervous than reassured. You can just see him sweating.
Yeah. Yeah, Sparky walks back down the stairwell and assumes the rest of the crew follows. Oh, my chest.
Okay. Well, what do you do now?
I'm like, what does the rest of the crew do? Because I just kind of...
I would just follow Sparky. Follow their lead.
Yep, that's what we're doing right now. Sparky's the leader. We're here to support you, man.
I'm so sweaty right now. I got mad anxiety sweats during that. Wow. Yeah, as soon as the doors closed and they're like back out into the warehouse where they're out of earshot, Sparky just like leans against a wall and starts breathing kind of heavy.
You require
Daisy-
medical attention.
No, I'm okay. I just need a second.
Daisy just pipes up, just like, so that went well.
Oh, that felt disgusting.
The family does not seem to have any illicit involvement other than space.
Yeah, they were probably forced into. Well, they were probably given the option of, getting paid to quote unquote rent underground space, or being told they could, be replaced, and they would just take that space, I bet. Something like that.
Seattle's like, so I guess we have to go the way Rip went.
So, yeah, I mean, if the freight elevator kind of goes the same place, I figured this is just farm.
You figure they have any extra weapons?
They do
And
not
clearly
seem
he had
to
a-
be armed. And I would
He
not
had a-
take this family's only means of defense.
No, but the cartel is storing stuff here, so it wouldn't hurt to have a peek.
I
mean,
mean,
it
it would
might
be the
actually-
first time we've stolen cartel weapons.
No, that's true. And it might also hurt to take a peek, actually, now I think about it.
Well, I'd rather be a little more well-equipped than just knives going into a cartel base.
So
So
Sparky pulls out the little, like, hold-out pistol. Like, yeah, I would like more than a couple of shots.
Okay.
But if we give him the time, there's going to be nothing left.
I will say this: you probably would know that the same storm that's been affecting you is affecting everybody in the area,
Mhm.
so it probably is slowing them down a bit.
Yeah, unless Rip is made of, like, pure bullshit and could just walk through a storm, I think we're probably okay.
It's Rip.
Just
Don't put it past him.
Refined, pure crystalline bullshit.
Rip is the plot hole.
Little little secret is Rip is actually played by the mystical Chuck Norris.
Yeah,
The mystical
That
one, not
explains-
the
that
real life one.
that,
yeah.
that explains why he's the bad guy.
Ah, so he's living hyperbole. Perfect. You know what? Yeah, I think thinking about the storm and thinking about Rip, it's like, even if he could get out, I don't know if the stuff he wants to get out of here could survive it. So I think we have a bit of time. We should at least know what we're getting into. We don't even know what this facility does. I mean, they were talking about, like, what was it, Raven? What were they dealing in this facility?
I'm trying to remember what I said last week.
So am I. I
Uh,
completely blanked.
biological research,
Yeah, something like that. Okay.
like a medical facility that's not like making pharmaceuticals.
Right. This vague, like, medical company. Okay.
Yeah. Some sort of biotech engineering company. So if you are going to look around the basement,
Yeah, Sparky would.
you get everybody to roll sight. Anybody that's going to do some deeper investigation. Also, you find a light switch which you can turn on if you would like.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Let's do
Yeah,
that.
like-
We already. Yeah.
Lights come on. It's not a secret trap or anything like that. It's just lights. You're able to see much
We're all-
better.
Oh my God, we're all sitting here like, oh my God, it's a secret cartel base. Like, no, it's farm storage.
I rolled a 17 for sight.
Oh, I got a 15. Wow.
Okay.
Even
Anybody
with the
that got
lights
a
on, we're not
14.
great.
anybody that got a 15 or higher is able to look around, and you
Okay.
notice there are these trying to think of how to describe the container. If you've ever worked in like food service or watched Food Network or something like that, there are these like big plastic square containers that you put like chopped vegetables in and things like that. They look kind of like that, but it's filled with this like weird lumpy gel-like substance, and it's covered with plastic wrap on the top, and there's like a little wire coming out of it. And you find several of these next to big containers.
They have labels on them at all?
They do not.
That's just bad practice.
Seattle's gonna touch one of the wires and see if it's got any voltage to it.
Not currently.
Good. He's gonna pull it out. See what's attached
Okay.
to.
When you pull it out, you immediately get a strong whiff of gasoline smell. Gasoline and something else.
They have bombs.
Oh, Seattle's like, I found the bombs because it takes the other because it takes the wires out of the other tubs.
Okay. Nobody rolled super spectacularly, so I'm gonna say you find 1d4 of these.
Okay.
At least 2. So 2 to 4. Let me grab my die. You
Was there anything
find
else
4.
aside from that, or just kind of like random boxes?
Although those are the first things to grab your attention when you're searching. And Sparky, you probably remember that the guy did say they set up the accident downstairs.
Okay, yeah.
And you're able to put 2 and 2 together.
Is kind of like gesturing and showing the others what these look like in case they spot more.
Okay.
Shouldn't we
and-
let this accident happen, though?
We should, but maybe we can let Rip have a little, part in it.
Okay. What you find in the crates and everything are there's a lot of like biotech consoles that none of you are really sure what those do exactly. They're big and heavy and too big for you to move like by yourself. You'd probably need like a forklift or all of you working together to move it like very slowly. So a lot of big stuff like that, and that's mostly where these things were set up against. There's also boxes of like tongue depressors and petri dishes and surgical masks, things like that.
Question. Those consoles, do they look openable? Like the side panel or the back panel or anything?
Yeah, probably. They're probably like if you had a screwdriver or something like that, which I believe Seattle grabbed as tools. So,
Sparky's gonna motion to Seattle and just say, "I want to rip a hard drive out of one of these."
Mechanical engineering or tech?
Yeah, mechanical
Can I
engineering.
help?
Sure. I mean, it's 15 DC to do this.
Sometimes the dice
23
don't lie. All right,
and
I'm
a
gonna get
38.
20.
Woo! Nat 20.
Just comes in like
You.
expertly take this panel off. Like it's like watching a NASCAR pit crew pull a tire off a car. You get this thing
Too
off
bad we
so
can't
freaking
do
fast.
this shit when we need to.
Yeah.
Right. And you immediately spot the like motherboard and a
Mhm.
hard drive on this thing, and you're able to pull it out without breaking anything.
Cool. Sparky will put the panel back in place, kind of.
Okay.
Just enough that it doesn't look like it was tampered with. And they'll look to Annie and kind of just hand the hard drive over.
She takes it.
Some of it's, maybe it might have to do with me, but if it doesn't, you might be able to sell it.
And then Daisy's like sidestepping and leaning over, pulls the sunglasses down a little bit. It's like, ooh, that's a nice hard drive. It's like commenting about like the specs and like the speed and storage capacity and like super.
Oh, it's a 43X. They haven't made these in like 2 years, but they're the best write speed in our life.
Yeah, exactly. Crap like that.
Yeah.
Annie kind of narrows her eyes a little bit and cracks a smile for Daisy, and she's like, "Yeah, we can talk about price when we get back to the ship."
Girl.
Android is going to attempt a joke
Okay.
and going to say, "This is how androids react at human dissection."
There's
Same
like
way
a
they,
pause.
and Seattle comments, "Oh, so the same way they react to computer dissection."
Yes.
Daisy just pauses
Sparky's
for a
gonna
second,
clap.
turns to the captain, puts the shades down again, and then just giggles. It's like, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, Sparky's gonna give a little.
That
clap.
was the intent.
That was actually really good, Cap.
Good job, Captain.
Also, I just want to say, when you said Captain attempts a joke, I thought that was the
Out loud.
Captain
She
attempts
just
to
said that
joke.
out loud. Yeah, and I'm just like, oh, that's
Run joke.
Android pun.
Oh my god. To be fair though, if she said that before telling a pun, she would probably make the entire crew crack their shit.
easily.
Yeah.
Humor.dll not paid.
It's one part of her program that was never complete, so every time she attempts it, she has to say that first.
But yeah, okay.
Yes. Cool.
Daisy also just does like a thumbs up, like deal, like an excited, like yes, we'll talk price later. I'm excited about this kind of thing. Yeah, that's definitely going to be the raid cry as Captain attempts a joke. So you've got that. You don't really find guns in here, but you do find a box full of scalpels. And like some like clamps and other medical surgical tools.
Scalpel cannon.
Oh god. Oh god.
Is there any
I imagine
pipes or plastic pipes or tubes? Because there's large gasoline explosive sort of things that I can use for my lighter to set off my scalpel cannon.
Evens or odds?
Odds.
It is a 5, so odds it is yes. You do find.
Wait, can I roll mechanical engineering with my tools to make a scalpel cannon?
You don't even know what I'm gonna say yet. You do find some PVC irrigation pipes.
Yeah, that'll do.
They're roughly like a 3-inch pipe. And yes, if you would like to try to build a scalpel cannon, you can.
Honestly, you could just build a big ass bomb. Just like
A big ass.
just
Big
literally
ass
pour
what?
gasoline in, leave enough air for the mixture, put the fuse out, and then make it into a pipe bomb. I don't know how to make bombs.
Yeah,
what are you talking
but-
about?
Oh my
Well,
God,
no.
you're
I
basically
thought
making
about that. I thought about doing the pipe bomb, except for the pipe bomb just goes out. We want to aim it at Rip.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
I just realized you're basically
besides,
wanting
this
to
way
make a
it's real.
scalpel claymore.
Actually, yeah, kind of.
Scalpel potato gun is actually what he's making.
How are you
Not a
gonna
word I
create
thought
enough
I'd ever hear.
pressure to?
Oh my God.
They will be if I take the silk scarf and wrap around the base of them
no,
to make
like
my.
how are you going to create the explosion in the bottom? Gasoline doesn't explode per se. This is also part of
Yes, but
Sparky
it
saying
does
this as
create.
well.
It does create. Well, I'm not sure it's exactly gasoline. It smelled like gasoline. It's that pink
You
globby stuff that they were going
you
to explode.
absolutely can inspect that closer if you want to find out what it is.
Yeah. What do I got to roll?
This feels like a education roll
Education?
for this one.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have.
We could go chase Rip, or we could spend the whole episode making bombs.
19.
19. You're not entirely certain what it is, but you do get a.
Can I roll it? Can I add a d6 to that?
Absolutely.
You may as well.
I
Yeah.
just want to make sure everybody else is okay with it
Yeah.
first.
Go for it.
All right, 21.
Okay, you're a little more sure of what it is. You definitely smell gasoline, and then you realize you also smell. It's like a hint of styrofoam.
Oh god.
And your best guess is this is homemade napalm.
Yep.
I was worried about that.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Seattle looks
Yeah.
far too interested in
Yeah, I was gonna
this.
say this is no longer bomb territory.
Seattle is, well, he's really debating going and asking the farmers what their recipe for napalm is, because this is nice.
Don't pretend that we're cartel asking farmers how they made napalm. It's probably the cartel's napalm.
Annie gives Seattle like a really pointed look.
All right, now I'd like to roll to make my scalpel cannon.
I was worried Captain was gonna have to be like, Seattle, I swear I will give you all the information you would ever need on creating napalm. Just don't.
Just don't.
Yeah.
35.
35.
No.
Now, given my limited real life knowledge of napalm, I don't believe it's very explosive.
It's not.
No.
It's more of like
it's a low yield explosive at best. Yeah.
It's a Bernie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
So
end up on a watch list for playing this game with y'all.
No, right? FBI.
I'm sure I'm already on some because I've had to research things for writing books and things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Also,
them,
gasoline is explosive if it's lit in a compressed space.
That's what I'm saying. Is they are
That's
explosive. They're just low yield. Their energy isn't very high.
No. It's like it's basically enough for me to launch in out of a tube
Yeah, I don't know how far you would get with
a
that.
bunch of scalpels.
It's a good question. Yeah, I had to like look up the muzzle velocity of like 1600s cannons for a book once.
Oh my God! She's trying to assassinate the president with a 1600s cannon.
Yeah.
I mean,
They'll never see it coming.
they'll never see it coming.
Hurry up! There's not many days left.
For legal
Research.
reasons, this is a joke.
For
Yes.
legal
Yes,
reasons,
for legal
this is a
reasons,
joke.
this is a
For
joke.
legal reasons, most of us are in Canada and we don't, we're not applicable.
Wow,
I
thanks.
don't think that matters.
It's like most of us are in
Listen.
Canada. We love our American friends, and we do not want to cause issues.
Listen, CSIS isn't listening to shit. They're too busy doing nothing. So
Anyways, with a 35, yes, you're able to make something that's like it's a single-use, very makeshift scalpel cannon.
possibly blow up in your hands.
He has got this thing like fully loaded with scalpels.
God.
He's like,
Question, Raven.
Yes.
Are there any just jars or small containers around?
Sure. There's petri dishes, some vials,
Cool.
sample jars.
Yeah. Sparky's gonna grab a couple of sample jars and just scoop up some of the napalm in that.
Okay.
and
That's
Seattle offers more of the silk scarf for wicks and a
Sure.
lighter.
Sure, we'll go with that. But yeah, once Sparky has got those two sample jars, they're headed towards the door that Rip went through because they're looking at Seattle's sizable pipe, and they don't want to come near it.
Fair.
I didn't make that joke.
No, you didn't.
On that note, we're gonna take a 10-minute break. We're as everybody's getting ready to go down the door that Rip went through. Seattle is carrying around this incredibly hazardous makeshift potato cannon full of scalpels, and I know at least Daisy is looking at Seattle like he's lost his mind again.
It's not a corpse.
That's
Our standards are so low.
It's
Right.
not a corpse.
It's not a corpse.
That-
no,
I
that's
wish it
perfectly
were-
fine, Hope.
I wish it was corpse.
Wrong one, honey.
Yeah,
On that note, we're
unfortunately.
gonna
Yeah,
take
I'm
a
pretty
10-minute
sure you
break.
don't want Seattle firing corpse out of a cannon.
No, we're gonna take a break, about 10 minutes. Go grab a drink, snacks, whatever you would like. But be sure to come back in about 10 minutes. We'll be right back. Yes, we are starting now. Welcome back. So as I mentioned before we went on break, you're all going through this door, which incidentally is another really long hallway. So what's the order that you're going down this tunnel? I presume Seattle's in the front.
Seattle doesn't want anyone in front of this thing.
No.
Seattle's very carefully making sure, for the most part, it's pointed at the ceiling.
That's probably wise. What's the order after Seattle?
I'd be behind Seattle.
Yeah,
I asked for no reason at all.
Not at all.
Of course.
Unless Annie wants to be behind Captain, that's also totally fine.
No, Annie's gonna follow your lead, so you can go first.
Okay. So we've got Seattle, Captain, Sparky, and
Sparky.
Annie, and Daisy probably in the back.
Yeah.
Daisy's
just
staying
like,
fuck. Staying as far away from the makeshift cannon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
There's a comment to be said about Annie feeling nervous about Daisy at her unprotected back, but we'll leave it there.
Very true.
All right. So you head down this hallway, and after walking, let's say, 10 minutes, you're still walking down a narrow, not a narrow, a straight tunnel with no change in sight. Do you keep walking? Do you try anything else, or just keep going? Excuse me.
Sorry, so did you say it branched off?
Mm-mm.
Or did it? Okay, it just keeps going.
It's been about 10 minutes, and you're still walking in one direction down this straight hallway.
Well, because when we were looking at the photographs and when we looked at where this farm was, the facility's like a ways away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sparky's gonna make like kind of a snippy little joke of like, why didn't they install like a tram system or like anything in this? That seems weird. But
Seattle replies one-handedly with cardio.
I mean, yes, but also like it's a secret facility, and then there's the farms, and it just seems weird that they wouldn't build. But I remember looking on the maps, and it's far, so I think we have a ways to go.
Okay. I'd say, are you all like jogging, walking at a leisurely pace? How fast would you say you're moving?
Seattle's setting the pace, so.
Seattle's moving at a fairly brisk pace. Like, it's not jogging because he does not want to jostle this too much, but it's walking with purpose.
Okay.
You know the walk. It's the white person crossing the street.
I want a danger sticker that just says, "Do not shake the scalpel cannon."
Yeah. So, for my own benefit, what does white person crossing the street look like? Because
so okay, here's a better
different
example. You know when you're like having to go across a building to do something, but you're on a time limit and you're carrying something heavy?
Yeah.
That's the kind of walk I imagine.
Okay.
Is that
You know when like a car pulls up to like an uncontrolled crosswalk, and you're like halfway across, and then you suddenly scoot and like give an apology wave.
Okay, yeah.
I was gonna say they're
Like
not
that.
Canadian.
That's the white person crossing the street.
Okay.
I don't know
like
that they apologize in the States. That may be biased, but
I do.
okay.
But yeah, I was like, because obviously I'm white. I'm like, do I have a particular way that I cross the street?
You do.
I'm like
You
self-conscious now.
Yep. Congratulations, you do.
Yeah, it's usually like a light jog when I try to.
They give it
cross
to
the
you at
street.
birth. They're like, hello, you're white. Here is your white person walk.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's your
Totally
tight-lipped smile, meant to show that you're sorry for the inconvenience.
Yep.
Or that you acknowledge their existence in the grocery store.
Mm.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
you
the
are
head nod.
deliberately not showing any teeth to appear as non-aggressive as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought that was a Canadian thing.
Oh no, it's just a.
It's a polite white people thing.
Wild.
Wild.
At any rate,
Yeah.
physical fortitude rolls from everybody.
Okay.
What?
Physical
What roll?
fortitude rolls from everybody.
Raven, I have a 0 in that.
It's a long walk.
30.
Oh no.
Where the hell is that?
It's
Can
right
I add
below
Android to that? I don't get tired. I mean,
Oh yeah,
30
right
is,
you are.
30 is fine for a captain.
Oh no. Mm. We should start doing cardio laps on the ship.
What was that fuck for there, V?
6.
It's okay, I'm with you. I'm with you. We're holding up
oh
Daisy.
my god.
Oh yeah, Daisy.
Oh yeah. Did she get a negative? She's hungover.
You know what? I'll do it disadvantage. Since she's hungover still. So she got a 21.
Oh jeez. Even
So-
Daisy's like, yeah, come on, pick up the pace.
So Sparky and Annie are struggling after about an
Mhm.
hour of this. And Daisy is faring slightly better, but is still like, oh dear God, can we please stop walking? like
In
Annie
Annie's
is-
defense, she spends most of her time at the computer wreaking havoc through technology. She's not doing laps.
Your feet don't get tired when you're traversing the tubes of the internet.
Daisy's like at this point is like, I used to do parkour and the bad parts of town and stuff, getting away from the mafias and the cops and stuff, but I've been sitting on this damn ship for a while now. Anyways, Annie and Sparky
Captain's just
definitely-
like, get on my non-aerobic level.
definitely need a break after about an hour.
They're atrophied. Spend your 3 months in a ship. Sorry.
And with that, you do stumble upon what looks like a little, like, not exactly a rest area, but there's like a little alcove in this hallway, and you can see a bench and what looks like a charging station for something, but there's nothing in the charging station.
Asshole
Is it
took
a-
the golf cart.
Oh shit. Okay, I was like, is it a kill us cannon? Like, I don't. Everything's a
No.
bomb now.
It looks like
Why would the
for
golf
some
cart
sort
be
of
like halfway down the way? Go ahead. Sorry. Raven.
it looks like it's for some sort of transportation, not necessarily a golf cart. There's multiple bays for these things, whatever they are.
But we didn't see any bays like this in the warehouse, right?
Nope.
Who designed this place? This is shitty design. I'm gonna have a word with these cartel about their architecture. and
Seattle's
illegal-
kind of looking at
I know
Daisy, and Annie is like, 10-minute breather.
Daisy just gives a thumbs up.
20, maybe? I mean, he's already like outpaces with the golf carts, so. Maybe.
How best to explain this? You know that nod that's like, it's a mixture of a yes and a no, but it's distinctly a yes.
Yeah, it's like 51% yes.
And then like, when you kind of like, it's not when you bite down on your lips, but they're pressed together and you kind of suck them in a little bit. It's she's making that face and doing the round nod. She's like, it would be great.
Oh, I know that stance well. The like one hand on the wall, slightly bent forward, head down, wheezing, one hand up, and then nod.
Seattle's,
yes, but she's
Seattle's
got her
going to
hands on her
cautiously-
hips.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Seattle's going to cautiously side to Eddie. Maybe next time, not heels.
She signs
Seattle's-
back, "They're boots. It's not the boots."
Seattle's getting very bold with this.
It's like, how much do you want? How much do you want to chop your feet off right now?
I think my lungs are complaining just a tad more. So, it's
Seattle
fine.
gestures to Annie to come over and kind of like makes enough space on the bench and gestures for her to lay down for a second.
Come keep me with me in the scalpel cannon company.
she doesn't say anything. She just kind of waves her hand as if to say like, "Oh no, it's okay. I'm good here."
It's like no, Seattle's being insistent.
If Annie's not going for it, Sparky's, while they're doing that, just kind of sidle over and sit down on the bench.
It's like
She
Seattle,
seems-
Seattle looks at everybody. He's like, lay down and put your feet up as high as you can. It'll help.
Also, let me get a hearing check from anybody that wants to pause to listen down the hallway.
Sure.
Oh my god, Jay.
Sound of a long-range sniper rifle being cocked. 28.
11.
I'm really gonna need some new dice, I think.
11.
So Sparky's really the only person that hears it. It sounds like a small electrical motor, almost like an RC car kind of a sound, coming from way down the hallway, and it's quickly getting quieter as it's moving away.
Okay. Yeah, Sparky, while they're sitting there, is kind of like, I don't think he's too far. I can still just barely hear the engine. I assume we can't see this. This tunnel's like kilometers long, so it just kind of fades into this.
After a few minutes of rest, you're able to start walking again. We'll fast forward to getting towards the end of the tunnel. It does curve a couple times. It curves to the left, and then after a little bit, it curves to the right, as if moving around something. And then it opens up into what sort of looks like a parking garage. And you don't hear anything coming from there. It's been a while since you last heard that engine noise. And on a sort of like a rack of charging stations right next to the door are a bunch of Segways.
That's the technology that survived Raven.
Yep.
I just want you to know, my first thought was Rip riding down the hallway with like a full rifle resting on the Segway. My second thought was Seattle coming the other way with the scalpel cannon resting on the Segway.
Well, that would be fun.
It's just this
See-
beautiful like Renaissance painting in my mind.
I think of Rip on a Segway, and it just reminds me of that really old video of like chimpanzee on a Segway.
I think of Weird Al from the White and Nerdy video.
Oh my god.
And so
Jay,
therefore
are you
Rip
looking up
has
the
a fanny
chimpanzee
pack.
on the Segway? Let me know what you think, because it's absolutely hilarious.
Oh my goodness.
Still listening. I'm gonna need to pause that.
Chimpanzee riding on a Segway. Chimpanzee.
The room that we're in, is it like an actual room, or is this just where the charging bay is on the wall?
Excuse me. It looks like a parking garage.
Okay.
So that's where the segways are, and there are spots for like vehicles and things like that. An elevator and a staircase that goes upstairs.
Are the lights off in here as well?
No, they're on.
Okay. Ooh, there's a question. Actually, no, that won't matter because I don't know what the starting one was. Yeah, I think Sparky will just find either a pillar or a vehicle, if there are any, to kind of hide behind while we're figuring out where we want to go. Just in case Rich does decide to dip on down.
Yeah, sure. There's a pillar that you can hide behind.
Okay.
And yeah, feel free to further investigate anything. Ask questions about your surroundings, whatever you'd like to do.
So you said there's parking spaces. Are there any other vehicles?
There's no vehicles in there right now.
Okay.
That you can see here, anyways. Like, there's a couple levels to this parking garage, but.
Okay. Is there a visible exit?
Just the elevator and the staircase that goes up.
Okay.
You get the feeling you're on the bottom floor.
Okay. Anyone else have any questions?
Seattle's just got a cannon. He's done his part.
Okay. See, unless Annie has something, Sparky will start going towards the stairs as nonchalantly as they can.
Yeah, no, at this point, I'm just head empty. No thoughts, head empty. I'm just thinking about the chimpanzee on the Segway. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's really good. Yeah, so Sparky will go up to the stairwell, and then can I make another hearing check?
Mm-hmm.
Just to see if I can hear anyone kind of like up and around. That's a 30.
You hear just like some like echo sounds of like warehouse noises. So like things, big heavy things being moved around.
Right.
Maybe like a faint forklift backing up type, beep beep noise. But it's very faint. It's from way up, like a couple of floors. Okay. You also hear the sound of a Segway behind you, moving towards you.
Hang on, behind me where?
Right behind you, as Daisy comes up on a Segway.
I was just gonna say, Daisy, sweet fucking. Sparky is going to wait till the last possible moment. Is Daisy coming at like a good clip, or is she just like?
She just hopped on one, turned it on, and it's like just moving at a leisurely pace towards the elevator.
For fuck's sake, she can't even just walk across a fucking hole. Scare the living shit out of me. Sitting here like, oh my god, Ribs made an automated forklift to distract us when he was hiding in the wall. Anxiety brain is dumb, kids. Okay, so Sparky is gonna kind of jump out of their skin against the stairwell and give Daisy a really stinky eye. And then they'll motion for the rest of the group that they're gonna go up the stairs and maybe we should all stick together.
Daisy just gives Sparky a look back, just like, I was tired.
We're trying to sneak into a fucking cartel facility, can you not? Also, you can't take it up the stairs.
That's why I was going to the elevator. Because Segway, she says, like, excitedly, pointing at it.
Are we not sure that this isn't another extremely loud elevator?
I would assume so. Is it like a regular elevator or is it freight?
It's a regular elevator, yeah. And Daisy just goes, all right, fine, fair point. I just got really excited because I really want one of these. But she gets off of it and follows you up the stairs.
Oh boy. It's fucking crew. Yeah.
Seattle's gonna
exactly.
be like, you don't need one of those. They're stupid.
Want.
Daisy just gives you like the most daughter speaking to a parrot. They're not stupid.
No, you need at least 3 points of contact for it to be a viable option as a vehicle. That way you can use both your hands.
Okay, boomer.
Actually,
Sorry,
you know
I
what?
couldn't
Yeah,
resist.
that's whatever the current generation timeline equivalent to that. That's literally what Daisy says.
This is the first thing in my mind. I'm so sorry.
I didn't even hear what you said.
Oh, I said, okay, boomer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
Seattle looks confused by the term, having never heard this before.
Yeah, whatever the name of Seattle's generation is, that's yeah, Daisy's just like, okay, generation name.
Oh goodness. Okay. Yeah. Sparky's gonna start going upstairs.
Okay. I'm not gonna make you all roll for blend in. You're just able to get up quietly. You're all paying attention right now. When you get to the next floor up, you can see that this is actually at ground level. So basically this parking garage has like an upper level and a lower level, and then the ground level. So you can see outside the storm is still raging. Some of that dust is getting into this parking garage. And it looks like the building proper sort of starts the next floor up. So you're able to get to the next floor. It's the top floor of the parking garage, and there are doors that go into the facility. And it looks kind of like if you've ever seen the like doors into the emergency room, like where the paramedics pull in. It's kind of what it looks like. It's definitely not like an emergency entrance, but that's the kind of look it has. Like the really big glass sliding doors that open automatically, that look a little bit nicer than your typical electric doors. Like they get out of the way when you get up to it. And it's a big hallway where you could easily like drive a forklift down if you needed to, or push a gurney or whatever, or drive a Segway. Believe it or not, this episode is not sponsored by Segway.
Yeah, no, because those are disease vectors. So
And the company went
Segway,
under
eat
like
fresh.
last year, Raven.
Did they
The company died like
Yeah.
I think last year.
I didn't even know
Oh, yeah.
They're officially gone.
Oh,
Didn't even know that.
the end of
Is
the
this the
era.
renaissance of the Segway? Is this the reemergence? Is this like bell-bottom jeans coming back into
I
fashion?
never thought I
Yeah.
would hear the phrase, is this the renaissance of the Segway? That did not enter my head as a possibility. I just imagined the guy. Oh well, here we go. Here I go memeing again. Hang.
I'm just Marge Simpson right now, just going like, I just think they're neat.
Oh no, I got Jamie.
Oh no.
I'm still here. Don't worry. So what do we see anything through the doors? Is it?
Yeah.
Opaque?
It's a hallway. It looks like it leads into kind of like a hospital interior. There's a fluorescent lit hallway. There's like a desk, like a sort of like a reception desk, and you can just barely make out doors that go to the left out of that hallway, which is where the beeping noise is coming from, and heavy sounding equipment.
I mean, does anyone else? This is Sparky asking the crew too. Is like, does anyone? Now that we're here, should we, like lock his doors? Should we avoid him?
I would recommend we continue avoidance.
Seattle
Okay.
flashes a thumbs up. and then signs, if we don't have to use this, there's less chance of it blowing up in our faces.
Daisy's just staring at Seattle, shaking her head.
Yeah, that's the idea, is to not have it blow up at all. So sorry, you said there was a door to the left where the beeping noises are coming from, and you said there was another door?
Yeah. It's a hallway that you're facing. And to the right, just past the doors, is like a reception desk and obviously a hallway that goes excuse me, the other direction. Further down the hallway, you would probably surmise that there are other rooms or other hallways, but right now the main points of interest that you can see are the one to the left and the one to the right.
How far away is the reception desk, would you say?
It's like 12 feet inside the door.
And you'd have to pass the open door with the... You said open door with beeping, right? Or
No,
just
you
door?
Have to just go through the sliding doors, and the reception is like right to the right. A little bit further down and to the left is a door that you hear a forklift being operated, like from that direction.
Okay, so I wouldn't have to cross that to get to the reception desk.
No. It's further down.
Okay. Cool. I want to go to the reception desk.
Okay. Let me get a blend in roll from anybody entering the facility, which I assume is everyone.
Yep, I'm going in.
Oh, Daisy's quiet as fuck.
29.
Okay.
That's an 18.
17.
Oh no, Lisa, you and I just suck at stuff.
Yeah.
It's a blend-in roll, right?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Oh no.
Oh god. We're bad at this.
So, what did you get, Annie?
29.
So Daisy and Annie move silently, just straight up ninja, up to the reception, and then Sparky and Captain come up and like knock over like a pen cup or something like that. And the pens just like clatter on the desk. Everybody holds their breath, but there's still forklift noises going. So you exhale. And then Seattle has this giant cannon with a pipe thing. And I mentioned those sliding doors are fast. So Seattle gets through the doorway. The rest of the cannon does not, causing Seattle to drop it, which makes a loud clanging noise. It doesn't go off. You didn't roll an at one, so it's not that bad. But you do hear the forklift stop.
You're muted.
This is the moment where the kids have their hand in the cookie jar, and you hear your mom's door open.
Yep.
Seattle's grabbing it back up real quick.
Okay.
And just
Are you
like
trying to-
looking to everybody.
We're so fucked.
Pardon?
Are you trying to do so quietly or just quickly?
Preferably quickly and quietly if I can.
Okay.
Annie motions for you to pick it up and then go back through the doors. Don't risk coming to the desk. Just hide behind the doors. Let them close again.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna. Yeah. Can I roll a D6? Would it help me?
Yes, it
Will
would.
it help me?
Absolutely, it would.
Okay. Got a 15.
So you grab this thing up very quietly and quickly and move through the doors, but you still have like the same problem. So the doors just make this sort of like clank, clank, clank noise as it tries to close on the thing.
Trying to get it out.
But you're able to get it out, yeah, and go hide. And you get out of sight just in time for cowboy booted foot to step out into the hallway. And you've got Rip with his sci-fi 6-shooter peering around the corner. And he walks past and walks right past reception where assuming you all hid.
You know when your brain gives you a suggestion, it's like, do it, and you're like, that's the opposite of what we want to do right now.
Vanessa, do it.
No, but see, last time I got this feeling in my head was when
shot?
was when I was playing Sparky and didn't stab the person in the elevator.
Oh.
So now that I'm experiencing it again, and it also involves a knife, I'm like, I should not do the thing.
I don't know.
What's
Might be
going through my
made.
head, and I won't say the whole joke because content warning, but the Vanessa, I think you'll know the one I'm talking about. Yeet. No. Lisa got it. I'll tell you later.
Okay. I mean, I know what Sparky's thinking. It's probably as dumb as what you're thinking, Vanessa. So I mean, if we both have the same look.
So how do you guys, just out of character as a group, because ultimately I don't want to get us killed and I need your consent. How do you feel about starting a fight with Rip?
I mean, personally,
We do have Guy now.
Do
we
it.
have Seattle, who does
Do
also
it.
have a cannon.
personally,
Do it.
and I would love to hear Lisa's input on this too, because she's kind of the only level-headed one of us. We have him on the surprise.
Do not put that on me.
I don't say that you are level-headed, just comparatively to the rest of us. You don't have goblin brain 24/7.
We would like to hear your input, Lisa. It's not all on you, but your input is needed.
Good and valid.
Yeah.
We have him on the surprise because he's
Yes.
going towards where Seattle is, and the three of us are behind the desk.
Yes.
Like, I don't know that we're gonna get a better chance.
Raven, Seattle is getting himself braced and ready to fire as soon as that door opens and he sees Rip.
Okay.
Can I have a bonus for preparation?
Oh my god!
To be clear, the only hiding spot is to the side of the door, so you're not going to be looking like straight into it. Sort of to hit him from here.
I think they mean
Yeah.
like
where you are.
Where's
You
I
have
feel
to...
like I'm about to throw up.
I know
my
this
God.
is what I experience all the time.
All right, hold up.
It's
Let me explain what's going on because this will probably affect your
Okay.
plans. So
I feel like Rip is
where-
walking in slow
Can
motion.
you draw
Well,
this on roll
is,
20 for
actually.
us, please?
Can we have the next 15 minutes to decide
Also-
what we're gonna do?
Lisa,
I will do
you
my
haven't
best.
waited.
to draw
What?
something here.
Please tell us your thoughts, Lisa.
Draw
Please.
your basic graph.
Because I'm not all for this plan. I'm just saying it is a good opportunity.
It is
All
a
right,
good
forklift.
opportunity.
Forklift is to the left.
Hold on, what is she drawing?
Oh my god. I'll get to that in a minute, Michael. Because I gotta draw this map.
Yeah.
So we got the forklift room right here. You got a hallway. You've got a reception desk right here. So
Thank
this
you, by
is,
the way. I really do appreciate you doing this.
No worries. Desk.
Because I was having a
Wow.
hard time.
The you gotta go really slow with roll 20 on this. Okay, there we go. Desk.
The deck.
All hands on deck.
Okay,
God.
next time
And then
use the polygon line because you can do stuff like this.
yeah,
can tell
I know,
how
but
distressed
I'm
I
trying to
am
be
by the-
fast.
Dumbness of my jokes.
And then so here's the doors right here. The
Why
sliding
is this
doors.
exactly what I pictured in my head?
Because
I
I'm
love that.
fantastic at describing things. We're gonna
You
go with
really
that.
are.
That
If
was
it helps, this is literally
Oh,
every
damn it!
place I've
That was
ever
what I
worked.
wanted to try. I wanted to draw. No, I
This
was
is
trying
like
to erase
perfect
it. Sorry.
layout for every place.
That was me being sarcastic, not actually boasting, by the way. Seattle is
Okay, so-
either one of those S's, yes.
Okay. I
Pick
didn't
one.
mean for that. I was trying to erase it, and then it just got worse.
So that's sort of the layout. And you've got the party right here. This is the P for party. And Rip's like right here walking towards the door.
E for parsnip. You guys,
Lisa's
I've
I'm
got
out.
a pain in my stomach. That's how distressed I am right now.
Yeah, yeah. This is
all right. I'm
not.
gonna start the rhyming now.
Most times we play this.
All right. So 2 hours 45 minutes is when it stops. You got to decide if you know the plan is to try to drop Rip. If you want a little tip, you might want to wait and see how things go. Maybe take things a little bit slow.
Raven, you said he's holding a pistol, right?
Correct.
Is this the pistol that he used on Annie that first time?
I think it would be safe to assume that it was once directed at you.
Thank you.
I'm having to rhyme.
What
Give me a
happens?
break.
We haven't done anything. We swear.
Okay,
We've
why do I
actually been-
see a nat 1 in the...
I'm saying rhymes until the
that was
thing
from
runs
the
out of time.
D6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, that was a D6.
Okay, so
Captain's thoughts.
I'm looking at the map.
So Raven said that perhaps it might be wise for us to wait it out and see what happens. However, the gremlin in my brain says, Raven, shut the fuck up. I want to kill him.
Raven,
I mean-
congratulations! You created a character that we actually get conflicted about wanting to kill because we all want to kill him.
Oh, I'm not conflicted about wanting to kill him. I'm just scared.
I'm not conflicted about killing him. I'm conflicted about the fact that there might be a use to waiting. Got nothing to do with him.
Understandable that you're all scared. I'm just saying it might be best to wait and be prepared.
Prepared. Oh, good. Okay, so since he left the room, from our position hiding behind the desk, can we see into the room he was in with the forklift?
You can see
Not much, I assume, but
slightly.
Mhm.
The room is lit brightly, full of similar things that you saw in the barn. And you can tell that the farmers were not telling you a yarn about it.
Nice. Okay. Is there any particular smell from the?
I
From
can
the
stop
room?
rhyming, thank God.
Okay.
Also, in reference to what Hope said in chat, shh. Okay, so yeah, there's a smell of diesel from the forklift,
Right.
and the stuff in the warehouse that you can see is similar to what you saw in the basement of the barn. You can't really make out a whole lot from this vantage point. You can just see some of those same looking crates and things.
Okay.
And then, yeah, as you're all hiding behind the desk, Rip is slowly walking, looking around, doesn't see you behind the desk. You're all safely
Somehow.
hidden. And it gets to about right here and says, must have been the wind. I'm kidding. Doesn't actually say that. But he does look at the little sensor for the door. and just mutters like, damn thing must be malfunctioning, and goes back into the warehouse.
It's the modern equivalent of must have been the way.
Yep.
I love it.
Now that we are past it, I
Now
was
that he's coming back, we can kill him.
I was really, really gonna take a crit and have Annie throw her blade at the back of his neck.
I mean,
Wow.
you can.
We can.
He's walking back towards the room.
Who's to say
No.
we kill the bastard?
No, it's okay.
We don't trust it. Okay, now that he's walking back and we have a good look at his face, or if we do, because I know the whole, like, if I'm seeing you, you're seeing me thing. Does he look, like, calm? Does he look distressed? What's kind of the, how does he look? Worried?
If I had to put a name to the expression on his face, it would be annoyed. Inconvenienced is sort of the look on his face right now.
I was worried you were going to say cowboy.
Also that.
Yeehaw, am I right?
Yep. And yeah, like inconvenienced or slightly annoyed.
Like put out on yeah.
Like you know the retail worker that's already been there for 6 hours and is just super ready to go home. That's the look on his
Sorry, you
face.
can't take your lunch. Somebody called in. We're going to need you to cover for a few more hours.
Yeah. Not quite that, like, homicidal, but close.
That is definitely a homicidal mood. Shit, I don't know. Sparky's gonna wait. Sparky's basically paralyzed behind the desk with fear, like.
Okay.
Annie has one of her blades in her hand. And she's kind of like running her fingers over the handle of it, like you would worry at like a worry stone or something. And she's like rubbing her fingers very quickly over the handle of the blade. And kind of leaning forward a little bit as if she had to jump up very quickly, she could.
Captain's going to make eye contact with Annie and just slowly shake her head.
Oddly enough, Daisy is looking at everyone kind of like that, but her eyes are a little bit wider, and she's frantically shaking her head.
Yeah, keep forgetting she's hungover.
Annie stares holes in the back of Rip's head. Just continues to worry at this handle.
Eventually, Rip does go back, and you do hear the forklift start up again.
Okay. Sparky's going to send a quick message to Seattle saying he went back inside.
Seattle sticks their head out into the doorway and just thumbs up.
Okay.
The door's
And then very carefully,
Oh my God.
and very carefully. Oh God.
The forklift's still going. Like
I was going to say, because that
Rip,
didn't alert him. Jesus, he scared the hell out of me.
Forklifts are loud.
Oh, yeah, they are.
They are.
Like, how he heard us over the goddamn forklift?
Well, so if you're on a diesel forklift and you hear something drop, it either means someone's dropping something outside or the thing you're carrying is potentially getting caught under the wheels. That's not a good sound to hear.
Yeah.
It's like the whole fucking warehouse is going to kill you. Okay.
Annie slips the blade back into like the little thigh holster thing. And like when she takes her hand back away, it's like trembling. And she like balls her fingers up into a fist.
Is the receptionist's computer on?
It does. It's not on, but it does appear to be there and functional. Cool. Also, Daisy's gonna notice the shaking hand thing, and just very like gently not in a, like I'm gonna hold your hand kind of way, but just like gently place her hand on Annie's, just as a like it's okay kind of gesture.
Her arm jumps a little bit, like the muscles jump in her arm. She wasn't expecting it. You've scared the fuck out of her.
I'll say, I figured that was probably going to happen. Daisy is not expecting that to happen.
Looks behind you.
Yeah.
Annie turns her face a little bit until she sees Daisy, and like her eyes are wider. It's very much like, what the hell are you doing?
Daisy's not like literally making heart hands, but it's like the equivalent of like the nervous smile with heart hands, like, hi.
She just exhales.
kind of expression.
Yeah, she just exhales. Some of that tension kind of seeps out a little bit. She looks less spooked.
Okay.
And yeah, you're able to turn that computer on if you would like it.
No,
boots
fuck
up.
that. Probably has like
Okay.
some ringtone for the friggin' startup. Who knows?
It does not have a boot up noise.
to max, yeah.
We've gotten past the motherboard beeps.
I think Sparky's. Is it like, okay? Question: is the back of it thumb screws or is it like screwed in on the side panel? I should say.
Of the computer?
Yeah.
It's more like one of those like tablet deals on a little stand.
Okay.
It does have like a keyboard plugged into it and a mouse, but it's like an iMac, if I remember what those are correctly.
Are we talking like the full monitor setup?
Yeah, it basically
Yeah,
looks like a
okay.
big monitor, and that's the whole computer.
Fucking Apple! I can't take the hard drive out of this. Okay.
You could easily take the whole thing with you.
It's big. Those things are not light, especially when you're running from a homicidal cowboy.
This one is lightweight. It's
Okay.
not like hauling a heavy thing.
I don't
but-
want it to get caught in the door. Sparky's gonna get up and kind of come around the desk really quietly, and kind of not go in front of the door that Rip is in, but start going to the other door that we see.
Yeah, so it's more like a hallway, like coming down this direction. You talking about?
1 second to get.
In roll 20.
Yeah. Sorry, for some reason I thought the door was up here, but yeah.
No. Like there probably are doors like
Mhm.
up in that direction, but the
Yeah,
one you saw was more to the right. So to the right, it's like exam rooms. So it looks sort of like a doctor's office. There's some exam rooms with like scanners and like an examination bed and that sort of thing. Some diagnostic equipment type deal, and then it sort of just curves again. There's a turn where the hallway goes up this direction.
Okay.
And there's other rooms off that way, but what you see immediately is little exam rooms.
Yeah, I think Sparky's gonna go towards the exam rooms and just kind of gesture to the rest of the party, like, I'm going over here.
Okay. I think Daisy's going to stay at the desk and work on that computer.
Okay.
Which means I need to open her character sheet.
Rip just comes out and he's like, "Who the hell are you?" "I'm the receptionist."
We're all the receptionists.
Yeah.
Annie had
I'm here
intended
for my
to
first
stay
aid
as well,
training.
so she's gonna stay.
Cool.
Captain's gonna follow Sparky.
Okay.
I could just see Daisy at the counter being like, yeah, apparently they lost my hire
Oh
email.
my God,
I just
yeah.
got it. Is the job already over?
I'm the
people
intern.
Are we closed? Is this like a snow day because of the storm? Sparky is gonna message to Seattle as well. Like, fucking, you don't have to stand
Okay,
outside.
this time Seattle is going to be very careful about making sure, like, he's fully in
Keeping
the
it, like,
sensor
in
the
line
entire
with the
time to
story.
get the cannon out.
Yeah. Jeez.
So that is a 38 from Daisy working on the computer.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, you're able to get inside the building this time, Seattle. And you're all in the exam room except for Daisy and Annie, sounds like.
Mhm.
Okay.
Seattle's kind of like setting up while they're working there with the cannon aimed at the door that Rip came in through
Like a
last
freaking
time.
Mortar.
Just waiting.
Jesus.
Are you looking
Imagine
for anything in particular in the exam room?
Yeah, I'm looking for any logs they might have. So any terminals or tablets, any info, any like logs, just info, basically just info.
There's a smaller tablet in here, but it looks like it's just a terminal. Like
Okay.
the information isn't
It's
stored
just
there.
access, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and it asks for a username and password, basically.
Damn it. Okay. Yeah, I think Sparky's just gonna have a quick look around, like go through some drawers really quietly, see if there's anything out of the ordinary for an exam room, or what they think an exam room would look like.
So the diagnostic equipment is not like it's not like what you've seen in the infirmary on the ship. It seems to go a little bit deeper than that. Almost like a molecular level scanner. It's like a super CAT scan kind of a analyzer thing.
Now, is this just one of those, or is this on like a bunch of tables?
It's just one of those. It's like part of the exam table. Like they can, it scans whatever's on the table, and then it brings up on a display what's going on.
Gotcha.
And that seems a little unusual. In the drawers and stuff, you do find some syringes that have something in them that you're not sure what it is. It's not labeled, but it's definitely not saline solution. It's like a light blue color. And they're the syringes that are like shrink wrapped in packaging, so they're like sterile, and then you rip it open and you've got a sterilized syringe. But they're already filled with some sort of liquid about halfway up the syringe.
Yeah, that's concerning. Sparky's gonna grab a handful of those.
Okay, there's like 3 in the drawer.
3 yeah. Worst case, we stab Rip with them.
And then there's another like hand scanner that you don't know what it does.
Like hand scanner,
before.
like a wall.
Handheld scanner.
Oh, okay.
Think like a barcode scanner.
Oh yeah, right.
It looks like that, except there's no like laser on the front of it. It's just a flat like thing.
Is it on?
It's currently off, but there's an on switch.
Sparky's gonna look at Captain, and then kind of flick the switch.
Would I have any education as to what this is?
You do not.
Okay.
You also have not seen one like this before. Sparky, you turn it on, and the little screen on the other end, lights up light blue, little green letters on it, and it just basically says nothing detected on the thing, because you're not pointing it at anything.
Right. Sparky's gonna point it at themselves, just on the arm and out of the chest. God knows what.
Okay.
The death ray.
Captain's gonna watch the screen.
Pointing it at your arm. It says, how do I want to word this specifically?
Does it say this out loud or in writing?
No, just in writing, I think.
Just in writing. It says subject found, integrity nominal, and then below that it says nothing detected.
It seems to recognize you, Sparky.
Sparky's not having that. Sparky's gonna go over to Seattle, and just quickly go like, I'm gonna scan you. It's not gonna do anything. I just need to confirm something.
Can I roll an education check to see what sort of tech this is?
You can certainly try. Oh my god, I just realized that 38 was with a
Sorry,
roll
the
of
computer
4
I'm
for
on
Daisy.
is a bit slow right now.
You're good. Yeah, no,
Yeah, no
Daisy's
worries.
disgusting. She's
Yeah.
like, short of a 1, she's fine.
23.
Nice.
I like this one thing.
Yeah.
23, yeah, some sort of handheld scanner device. That's pretty much all you got. So when you go to yes.
He's had weirder shit scanned of him, so
Yeah. Yes, Michael. The rhyming thing did happen. It was at 2 hours 42 minutes into the stream. If you want to check it on the VOD. The only reason I know that's because I used that to time myself for the 3 minutes. So when you scan Seattle, you get subject found, integrity no match, nothing detected.
It does not seem to recognize Seattle. She's gonna say over the comms.
Sparky's gonna gesture to the captain, like, just to be sure. Can I scan you?
She'll nod.
Okay, so Sparky will scan her arm.
It says subject error 404.
Nice.
It only recognizes biological material. It states, however, that you were nominal. Seattle is, what did it say?
No match.
No match. I do not know what it means, a match. 2.
Is there Sparky's like listening, but they're not really saying anything. Is there on that scanner bed, is there a way to turn that on from where I am? Like, can I see a way to turn that on?
Yeah, it's like a little switch on the side of the bed.
Okay. Yeah, Sparky's gonna look to Seattle, like, just keep an eye on the door. I need to check something. And they're gonna go over to the bed and like fumble around and try to switch it on.
Seattle's keeping an ear out for if that forklift stops making noise.
Captain's gonna help somehow.
So you know when you replace the ink cartridges on like an inkjet printer, and it makes that noise.
Literally in my head, I was like, this bed better not be like, hello and welcome to the.
I am expecting full CT scan noises where they actually have to give you noise canceling headphones with music inside of it.
Like an MRI.
Yeah, no, it's nothing as loud or as invasive as an MRI.
That said, the door is closed, right? So we're okay on
sure.
that fun. Like,
I did not hear we close the door, but if
well, no, because I assume they were
that's
the
totally
automatic.
fine. No, this is just like a normal exam room.
Oh,
door.
Sorry, that's my bad then.
An office door.
But yeah, no, if it's an office door, I would like to say that we closed it personally.
Totally fine. So yeah, it's loud enough to startle you, but no louder than like, the automatic doors by the front of the building.
Okay.
Probably just enough to give you a little bit of a fright.
It does. Yeah, so Sparky,
and you can see like the little scanner arm moving into position.
Okay. Yeah, Sparky kind of freaks out for a second, like freezes, looks over to Seattle, and then messages Annie out at the desk, like, everything okay out there?
Is everything all right out here?
Rip's just standing over the desk, like, yeah, everything's oops.
Sorry. Yeah, you do hear a little faint hint of the noise, but it's not loud enough to get to the other room.
We activated him back. It's
quiet.
Okay.
So in that case, she sends back, yes, everything's fine, but quit making so much fucking noise.
I didn't realize self-discovery would be so loud. I didn't think about that sentence before I said that.
That's very apt, though. Self-discovery is usually quite loud.
Yeah.
And quite often your best friend goes with you.
Mm-hmm.
We are on very different tracks. What's happening with Annie and Daisy?
So Daisy has downloaded the hard drive from the receptionist's computer, and is currently decrypting it on her tablet.
Wait, I'm sorry. She downloaded the hard drive? You wouldn't download a computer.
Sorry, downloaded the information that was on the hard drive.
I know. Sorry. I don't know why that would like struck a chord.
Jay.
Smartass.
Not the time. We're fighting for our lives here.
We're finding out Sparky's origin story. Come on.
I get pedantic when I'm anxious. I'm sorry.
That's the most amazing sentence. I get pedantic when I'm anxious. I love that. Oh. Anyways, that's what Daisy's doing. What's Annie doing?
She's just there for support at the moment if Daisy doesn't need anything. She does, just as, a precaution, take another blade out of the little sheath and put it on the reception desk.
Okay. All right, then is Sparky hopping on the exam table, or
Sparky will hop on the exam table.
Okay.
Yeah.
My next question is, are we throwing Seattle on the exam table?
Everybody gets a turn.
So as you hop on the exam table, it seems to register that someone is laying on it, and this arm starts moving kind of slow, like not like, oh my god, this is going to take an hour, but probably slower than you would like given the current situation. And granted, none of your characters know what this sound is, but you all probably will. It sounds like a quiet dot matrix printer.
So loud dot matrix printer.
No,
there is no quiet. There is either on or off.
The volume of that sound.
We
is low.
actually turned one of the printer cases that you used to have to soundproof it into a frog terrarium.
Yeah, no shit.
They were so huge.
They're gigantic. Okay,
Yeah.
so a quiet dot matrix.
It's that sound with the decibel level turned down. Yeah.
Okay.
And after about 5 minutes of this,
He's gonna be done by now.
it's done.
Okay.
And the screen returns some similar information. It says subject found, biological integrity nominal. It says batch 302. Batch 302 sample .314.
And is
And
Captain
then-
seeing this?
Everybody can see this. It's on a big screen in the room. And then it says below that, device found. Status inactive. You're welcome.
Ma'am, this is a Wendy's.
Seattle's just like looking at it like, what the fuck?
Okay, so sorry, real quick. Batch 302. What was the numbers after that?
Sample 3.314. So it's 302.314 is the full number.
And device found. Status inactive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Does it give any indication of where this device is or what it does? Or is it just maddeningly unhelpful?
You are able to surmise that there are like ways to pull up more detailed information from that little terminal that you don't have the username or password for.
Sparky's gonna look at Captain, and say, do you think we could crack this together?
Well, it seems to imply that you come in batches.
While they do this,
Yes.
what's the sound like coming from Rip's room?
There's more, what do you call it? Forklift noises. You hear a loud, like, clanging noise, followed by some muttering and swearing, and like a loud metal scraping sound.
You gotta go to fork.
Dumbass.
You might hear some muttering snippets of phrases, basically saying like, "Can't believe they sent me here for this." Where the hell are the personnel for this facility? Somebody's gonna hear about this. In between swears and mutterings, you kind of pick up on those little bits.
Did we make
Annie-
Rips lose reputation?
Most certainly. That's not
Oh.
necessarily why he's here, but
That's
absolutely
awesome,
you
bro.
did.
Annie is gonna make her way over to that door to try and take a peek.
Oh my god, I just had this terrible
Uh,
image.
The door
Of
with
Rip.
Rip?
Yeah, she wants to look in the room, see what's happening in there.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Tempting Fate's fun. Go ahead and roll blend in.
All I could picture is Rip just like standing there throwing metal and stuff around to make it sound like he's working. And he's like, "Oh, can't believe that." He's like, "Fucking come on, I know you're there."
That is a 29.
Yeah, he's sufficiently distracted that he does not hear you sneaking up on the door. And yeah, you can see he's dragging what looks like a giant Star Wars reference, back to tank.
Okay.
The thing Luke's in Empire Strikes Back after he gets brought back to Echo Base. So big glass human sized tube with like a metal base and lid, and he's just dragging it by the base, trying to get it onto
Wow,
this
you
giant,
didn't even try to make it subtle by saying it is a box that's just large enough to fit a human inside. No, it's full on back to tubes.
Yeah, I mean, like I kind of dropped the bomb, and also,
and that's literally the stuff that he's loading on. It's used clearly. It's not new in box.
I mean,
But he's trying to
that's
drag
real,
it.
too.
Yeah, try to drag it back into place on the forklift, and you can see there's like a hover 18-wheeler, a hover semi, if you will, that he's loading all this stuff into.
The idea of our arch nemesis having a load of fucking semi is the funniest fucking thing to me.
Right?
Oh, we're around the corner.
We're all
Well,
just
we're
like,
around the corner just getting info.
yeah.
Annie is going to send off a message to let them know that that's what he's doing.
Okay. Sparky doesn't reply, but if anyone else wants to reply to that.
What?
Lisa, you
I
alright?
didn't hear you.
Sorry, Jay, you
What-
got real quiet all of a sudden.
Did I?
You did
Hang on.
a little
Yeah.
bit.
How about now? Am I okay now?
Much
Yes.
better, thank you.
Okay. I don't know what's going on.
I think it might have just been because you were leaning back.
Oh, it could have been. Sparky doesn't reply to that, but if the rest of you would like to, that's yeah.
Daisy just looks over her shoulder at Annie and just does a thumbs up from behind the desk.
Like when you go to look for your toddler and suddenly they've wandered off. Surprise, motherfucker! I'm overlooking in the door.
Can't leave you alone for 5 minutes.
Oh goodness.
Captain's going to follow up her statement with, "Humans don't come in batches."
And
Or do
Sparky's
they?
just kind of grasping for words. They're sat up on the table and they're just kind of staring at their feet.
And then she's just going to very abruptly say, "Unless they are produced."
Seattle's gonna look to Sparky and be like, "Do you have a belly button?"
In the
I'm
middle
not
of
sure what
this,
to do with all of this info. Sparky is going to kind of slowly slide themselves onto the floor. You know that feeling when you're in bed and you can't be arsed to stand up, but you still have to get out of bed.
Yeah.
It's that kind of slither,
Mm.
but off of an exam table. Sorry, go ahead, Vanessa.
But with a full
No,
existential crisis.
I didn't
Yeah,
mean to
exactly.
to interrupt, but just in the middle of
No,
this, like, oh my god, people don't come in batches. Like, what are we gonna do? What's happening? You guys get another comm message from Annie, and it just says, "What if I shanked him from behind without him noticing?"
Seattle
Captain-
types, Annie, no.
Captain writes the same thing.
You just get a message back, and it's all capitals. Like, she hasn't capitalized either word. It just says, "Annie, yes."
Sparky just kind of whispers Annie no, mostly to the tile floor.
Seattle very quickly types out, Sparky's having issues right now. Could use your help in here.
There's a pause, and then Annie messages back, "I could help by shanking Rip in the back."
Or you
Vanessa,
could
I'm
help
all
by
for your
figuring
help.
out why this thing seems to think Sparky is from a batch.
What
To
did
which
you say,
Captain
Jay?
says, "Oh no, it does not think. It seems to know."
I'm here for your goblin brain, Vanessa.
Thank you.
I'm here for it.
So Annie messages back, and it's like, "Oh no," but like lots of H's and lots of O's, implying that she already knew this, perhaps. This is
Oh
not
my God.
completely
Oh
off-brand.
no!
Oh
no.
no!
Yeah.
This is shocking information that I'm hearing now for the first time.
I would have never have guessed. Oh.
Fucking hell.
Daisy does reply
If
to
you're going to
Annie's,
If you're going to stab him, at least let me get in place with the cannon.
yeah, Daisy does reply to Annie. I could shank the message and says, "Please don't. I would be very upset if you died. There would be tears and lots of them, and just please no."
So I'm so sorry, Daisy. I can't let this opportunity pass. Annie responds, "Nice thought coming from someone who was so ready to kill me not too long ago."
Captain's
There
just
doesn't
going
seem
to
to be-
put.
there's the immediate, there's a couple seconds, but the response back is like, "You know what? Fine, go fight him. Go mud wrestle him for all I care."
Annie turns around from her spot at the door so that she can like turn around and look at Daisy back at the desk, and she just like slowly sticks her tongue out.
Daisy just does
All I
the
can
same thing
imagine
right back.
is someone is
It's
Rick
tongue-
standing there.
Seattle's
outside the door,
looking kind of
at
freaked
everyone
out right now
silently
and
yelling
looks
What-
to
what-
Captain, and he's like,
1 second.
okay.
Sorry, too many people talking at one time. Jay, what were you saying?
So all I can imagine is Rip standing outside the door, watching all of us silently yelling and gesturing at each other. It's like, and just goes back
That's
to
fun.
work, like doesn't even bother with it.
That's a funny thought.
Go
And I was gonna finish saying, so Daisy sticks her tongue out back at Annie, but then also does like little heart hands at the same time. like I'm mad at you, but I love you, but I'm mad at you.
Oh, what a messed up crew.
And then, sorry, Alex, what were you saying?
Sparky, not Sparky.
Hmm.
Seattle. Hello. Yes. Kind of is looking a little bit like freaked out because Annie's about to go and stab the person who shot her and nearly killed her last time. And Sparky is breaking down, and Seattle signs to Captain, "You help Sparky. I'll go and try and stop her." It goes out with the cannon because it's less he's going to go and try and stop her and more be back up.
All right.
In the
So Daisy's-
meantime, Annie is moving back towards the desk with Daisy.
Good
Okay.
God. So many false
Never
starts.
mind To say Daisy was going to go into the exam room, but if Annie's coming back, then Daisy will stay there.
So once Seattle leaves, Sparky's gonna kind of look up at Captain, and they're not crying, but they've got that look in their eyes like, I don't know if I can cry. And they just kind of look at Captain up and down like, Cap, am I human?
She's going to squat next to, like, near where his head is, so she's not, like, standing over him, staring at him with
There you
giant
go.
eyes. Just kind of squat next to him and say, yes.
Okay.
You are biologically human, and you have a human experience. You are human.
You also do have a belly button, by the way.
Good to know. I wasn't gonna check. It's not really high on my list.
Yeah.
Trying to think here. Sparky's gonna slowly kind of get up, like support themselves on the table, and kind of sit back up on it and just stare down at their hands for a minute. And they finally say to Captain, like, do you think there's more of me?
It is very possible. Blister certainly, or wasn't there another that we have seen?
Another...
There was.
Sparky? Like, haven't we seen two Sparkies?
On the
Not that I
on the
remember.
footage. Yeah, there was Meta. There was an image that we found with Sparky in it,
Oh, okay.
or Blister, I should say. But it was from I think it was from the facility, or somewhere on like nearby in the vicinity of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we had found some like because of the news clipping. Yeah, that's what it was. It was the news clipping of like all these people have gone missing, and Sparky's like face was in it somewhere.
Yeah.
It is possible there are genetically more you, but as far as I understand with humans, there is only one you.
Well, okay, but why were they making multiples? And I mean, how many batches is it 302 batches? Is it the second of the 30th batch? I thought I'd get more.
Does any of that information help you right now?
Well, no, but it's gonna help me later.
But does it help you right now?
Can Annie make her way back to the exam room? We're there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she makes her way back to you guys.
Okay. Yeah, when Captain asks that, Sparky kind of doesn't stiffen, but kind of like just the tension goes out of them just a little.
There's no sense in examining and staring at numbers in a place where somebody who can easily kill us in a strange place is looming over us. This is a lot of information. You digest it in time. This is not the time nor place to do so.
Yeah. Yeah.
And again, I state, no, there is not more than one you.
No, but there's
Any more than there is more than one me.
No, but there's definitely more than one Blister.
Possibly.
So when Annie gets back to the door while you guys are talking, she was trying to like not exactly speed walk, but like walk quickly while being very quiet. So it was a little more taxing on her. And so she like leans against the door frame and like gives a little huff. And she looks at Sparky and she's like, so, hey kid, like what are you doing? How you doing?
Sparky gives her the most blank look that you can imagine. Just like a look like the person isn't really there, like no one's home. actually, kind of a lookup you get like post bad breakup, kind of just like the pure empty brain. That's the look that Sparky gives Annie.
Captain's just gonna say to Annie, I would recommend all of us vacate these premises.
Probably not a bad idea. Come on, Sparky, let's go.
Captain's gonna kind of nudge him with her arm.
But yeah, I'm trying to think. There is one thing I want to do here, and I'm trying to think how Sparky would go about doing it. Sparky is going to look at the captain, and they're going to say, okay, but I need to do one thing before we go. It's not anything to do with Rip. And Sparky's going to pull out the small scale EMP that they've had on them. And they're going to say, I need a timer on this.
Captain's going to take a step back. She doesn't like EMPs.
Seattle has this look of both like absolute worry, but also like pure pride.
Of course.
As Seattle, as Sparky pulls this out.
Very small scale.
At about that time, on the comms, Daisy, who's the only one not in the room now, radios back and goes, hey, sorry to bother you all, but it's really quiet in that room now, and I am scared. And that's where we're going to end the session.
Fuck.
So yeah, that's where we will end this week's session. Lots of exciting information on this one. Before we go on a raid, we're going to let everybody talk about their favorite part, where we can find them next, and anything else they want to share and or plug. And we'll start with opposite order. So let's do Lisa. What was your favorite part? Where can we find you, or anything else you want to share? Anything like that?
Favorite part. I mean, I like the theoretics of Rip literally just standing there watching everyone be awful and just being like, you know what? No, not today, Satan, and continuing about his work.
I could fuck with them, but nah.
Yeah, like I could, but now I just kind of feel bad for you. But like, but yeah, I don't know. I guess watching poor Sparky suffer a full-on existential crisis, which, you know, fair. And no one really knowing what to do, and Seattle being like, yeah, Captain's got this. Like, the least human person, let's talk about being human.
Hey, Seattle has noticed that Captain is really good at calming people down in a situation and getting them moving again.
Yeah.
There, you were probably the best choice out of all of us.
And it was either that or
time.
him
Let's
with
go.
the explosives.
Yeah. Like, we don't have time for this. Let's go. But yeah. I don't really have anything I'm working on right now, but I'll be here next week, as always.
All right. Fantastic. Let's hop over to Alex then. What was your favorite part? Where can we find you next? And anything else you'd like to share? Alex?
Hey, Alex.
I'm sorry. I did not register any
No
of what you
worries.
said at all.
That's happened to me a couple of times today. Don't even worry about it.
It's been a day. It's been a day.
Yeah. Very fair.
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm a digital artist. I'm getting better at this thing, finally. You can find me around on Twitch or Twitter at CanChaosArt, or if you want my personal, it's at Agent Boss. Or I'm around on the Discord server for Ravens Guild, because it is an amazing, amazing queer-friendly place to be. Seriously, I love this community. There's so many good people here. Favorite parts tonight? I think the look of both glee and regret on Jay's face when they said scalpel cannon. Also, honorable mention for Lisa's amazing look tonight. Holy shit.
Thanks.
The edging on your lipstick is so sharp.
Thank you. Thank you.
Also, I want that shirt.
It's a poncho.
Oh, cool.
That's even better.
Right.
Awesome. And then where can we find you next?
Right. I'm going to try and be on my channel on Monday. I may or may not make it. It all depends on whether or not it turns into... We're going to organize the house and take out all bottles to the depot day. Because fun thing about living in BC is we have a ton of bottle depots, and you can return all of your pop cans and bottles for money. Nice. Which you probably noticed over time, more and more boxes and bags behind me, because that's where we have been storing all our cans in here. I'd like some room again.
That's cool.
Yeah, so you can find me back here for sure on Tuesday, though, with Water, which is going to be fun because Boris is now dead, and Susie's... If we had humanity ratings, I would be like, I need to do some humanity checks right now, just for the thoughts she's having.
Oof, yeah. What a way to go, though, right?
Oh my god, though, it was such a Boris way to go. And then I will be Wednesday on should be on Tactric's channel if all goes well, for Lancer. Because we'll be starting on our first mission, and we should have our new player in place. We're trying to see if we can get Nikki on for her first game.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because we got unfortunately Leland's job with the social stuff is getting him to work later and later into Wednesday evenings. So he's stepping out. He'll still join us for like one shots and stuff. But long-term game-wise, Nikki's going to be taking his place.
That's awesome. I just realized I actually knew that without actually knowing it because they had me adjust the overlay for them. So I'm like, oh cool.
God, it's
I do that.
It's such a gorgeous overlay too, Raven. You did such a brilliant job. There's like so many artists work on display now with our Lancer stuff. Because we got like the fact that we got one of our artists in the group is actually pretty good at doing together like basic animations. So she's been doing like the 2 or 3 cell movement animations to a bunch of the art that our GM's been commissioning and stuff. We even have our own theme song.
That's way cool. I haven't been able to catch it because it overlaps with Exodus, but I've been watching like the stuff that y'all have been saying on Twitter and everything, and yeah, there's lots of really cool art and stuff. It sounds amazing.
Oh man, Exos are fun. At some point. Gonna have to introduce you to Mr. Spicy Meatball.
Oh, I've seen the pictures. All right, cool. Well, next we'll hop over to Vanessa. What was your favorite part? Where can we find you? And anything else you'd like to share?
In terms of favorite parts, it's always really hard to decide. I definitely had fun just letting Annie kind of do whatever the fuck she wanted this time. Just in the way she was responding by comms last going off. Like I was like, I don't know where this would have come from for her, but I dig it, so let's go with it. Also, the pure anxiety of do I launch a blade at the back of this guy's neck or do I not was definitely something. Hopefully she gets that opportunity in the future and we're at a spot where she can take it, because I think that would be really cool. A little bit of payback for the blaster shot to the gut Rip, thank you very much. But just all of the character interaction as well this time around, like, you know, all the different conversations between characters, and Sparky is growing more and more on me every single week, and I don't know, I just any interaction that they have with Annie is always a good time, and I love it. But as for where you can find me next week I'll be here Wednesday DMing more Exodus, and then Thursday for Star Wars, and then Animus again on Saturday. But if you'd like to check out my work online, you can check out my art Twitter, which is at Pepperodraws, and that's Pepero like the candy, or at my coffee page, which is coffee.com/PepperoPrincess. So you can check either of those and take a look at my work. That's me.
Fantastic. Last but not least, Jay, what was your favorite part? Where can we find you? And anything else you want to share?
Yeah, kind of like Vanessa, I'm lost for a favorite. Honestly, the whole thing was fantastic as always, but I think it was probably Captain in this one. Like, there were a few that I was like, oh, that might be my favorite part, but when Captain kind of just like, no bullshit, was like, no, yeah, you're human, we have bigger shit to worry about. Like that I think that was the best person to have talked to Sparky at that time, because let's be real, Sparky is a panicked little bean, and anyone else being like, oh, no, you're totally human, it's okay, like, probably wouldn't have gone over as well, I think. Like, it might have taken more time that we don't have. And I will say, I love Rip having to be kind of this, like, grunt work person. That's really, like, that, I don't even know if I need to kill the guy now. Like, to see him humiliated.
That's satisfying.
That's just, I could watch that all day.
I thought y'all
We
might
have
enjoy that.
fucked this man over
my
so
God.
much.
Like, he thought we were dead. So, you know, this is great payback. I will say though, Goblin Brain between the three of us could well get us killed. So sorry, Lisa.
To be fair, we kind of didn't listen to your wants and did things anyway.
Yeah, it's true.
Putting you all on timeout.
Yeah. We're going on a real long trip. You're not going anywhere.
We're not stopping for ice cream on the way.
But yeah, other than that, where you can find me next is on Tuesday with Alex, and that's going to be Water, where we find out whether or not we kill one of our party members, or if he gets away. We don't know yet. And other than that,
I gotta talk to Zan about that.
yeah, I don't think there's anything else coming up for me aside from, if you go to my Twitter, which I'm going to get the link tree of, I also write, so you can find all of my lovely writings somewhere. If I could get the link up within a reasonable amount of time. I am doing play tests. Yeah, plural, I guess would be the case. Play tests of my system Afterburner, After.Burner. And it is, as I've described it, Speed Racer mixed with Wipeout or F-Zero. It's literally just high octane, goofy racing, all things go. So 3 groups right now. There's about, I think there's about 11 slots open right now, give or take. And we'll be playing in early February. It'll be 1-shots only, so a single session for each group, and probably no more than 3-4 hours. So follow me on the Twitters, or just check out the link. It does not matter to me on that one. So yeah, I think that's it.
Awesome. I'm very excited for those playtests. Favorite part for me, just all the shenanigans with the segues was a lot of fun. I did enjoy that quite a bit, and watching the Goblin Brain play out, and being fully prepared to have you fight Rip, and even for Rip to die, but also being fully prepared for you to just completely ignore. There was a lot of like, I'm good with any outcome.
Wait, Rip can be killed?
Of course he can.
Of course, he's not immortal.
Just depends how many of us go with him.
Yeah, and luck.
I'm just thinking
But,
of Badlands when we accidentally killed the big bad like 2 episodes in.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we were like, oh.
I'm also thinking about when Beta fucked up the timeline real bad by just yanking somebody out. But it also solved the problem.
Stuff like that, yeah. I was fully prepared for whatever direction, and it was very exciting to genuinely not know which direction you all were going to go with that. No, usually I'm like, I'm pretty sure they're going to lean this direction or that direction, but I had no clue, and it was a lot of fun. And then also, I feel slightly bad, but just how easy it is to mess with you all. In game, it's a lot of fun.
How slight are we talking? How slight do you feel bad?
Just a tiny little bit.
Just tell me, Raven. Just tell me. Did you genuinely think it was a bad idea to try and kill Rip then, or were you just?
Oh, I genuinely think it is a extremely risky idea. Like I think you could probably kill Rip, but I think one or more of you would probably also die in the process.
Well, that's no fun.
Yes, that's why I was like, it was probably not the best idea, but if you want to go for it, I'm all for it. But just probably not the best idea. Yeah. So that's always fun, just throwing little things in there, you know, GM stuff. And I appreciate all of you and all of you putting up with it.
I appreciate you putting up with me making cannons.
Anytime. Aside from that, where you can find me next, I'll be GMing Water on Tuesday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. And then Wednesday, of course, we've got Exodus. Thursday, we'll have our Star Wars game. And then back into Friday with Words, Beyond the Wall, and Mouth of the Beast Below. So the next several days of streaming laid out there. Other stuff to talk about. Sponsors were just barely in chat. You can see all those there. Grinding Coffee Company. You can use the code Raven for 10% off your order. That's at grindingcoffee.co for the website. And then Intrepid and Fundamental RPG. Intrepid is my brand for IRL adventuring gear. There's some pretty dang cool stuff, and it's all tabletop themed. You can find it at coffee.com/raven/shop. Same with the pre-orders for Fundamental RPG 2nd Edition, which is the system this show runs on. So if this seemed like a lot of fun and you want to try it out, it is a system designed to work with virtually any genre, from high fantasy to obviously sci-fi and anything in between. So it's a D20 system, and if you're a fan of D&D but don't like having quite so many rules, you just want something really simple that supports your story, it's the system for you. So definitely go check that out. But we're going to go on a raid. We've got our raid cry, which is in chat now. Captain attempts a joke, and we're going to go raid. Just gonna make sure she's still streaming. She is. We're going to go raid Polished Cryptid. Fantastic streamer and just generally all around wonderful person. And she's done a lot on this channel in the past as well. So definitely give her a follow if you're not doing so already, and be sure to say hello. And with all of that, I will see you all on Tuesday. Bye, everybody.